That is a
No, it's not.
let me tell you something. It's simple.
Sir.
Listen,
Black
when
men
when
are
you
not-
don't get
black men
laid,
are not doing it.
man, listen, we are not designed. Men are not designed to go living without getting laid. That is just the facts. Single men who are not getting laid are very likely to commit an alive. Because if you're not man, as a man, if you're not getting laid, then what the fuck are you doing over here? Tell me, what the F are you
Which
doing
will
in this
lead
world if
you
you're
to,
not getting
which will
laid?
lead you to be violent and do things like
But
analyzing
women don't need to
doing
get laid the way men
atrocities
do.
in the community, atrocious things.
Well, actually,
I feel so bad for you guys.
something.
I can only imagine what you guys must be going through. Not getting laid every day.
We're suffering, Cabroni. We're suffering.
I know. I can tell in your voice. I can tell in your anger.
I'm a virgin, Cabroni. I'm still raising my
Hey, sir, you're not mentioning the fact that YT men are far more likely to unalive themselves compared to, as a matter of fact, black men are the least likely to unalive themselves. No, sir, there's something to this. This is a race thing. Black men don't have that. Black men don't have that problem. It's YT men are the ones with the problem. Because as a matter of fact, they're unaliving.
That's not true. In Africa, black men are unaliving themselves.
Not in America.
But
Not in America.
Black men in Africa.
I don't care how you guys want to slice it and dice it.
in Africa, they
The
do
white
not,
team
they
men
do
and
not do it at an alarming rate. They do not do it as an alarming
depends
rate
on
in
the-
Africa.
it
like
depends
they
on
do.
the country.
I've never even heard of them.
Right.
Of course, you've never heard of
They
it.
don't do it at an
Of
alarming
course, you've
rate
never heard of
like
it.
they
Of
do
course,
in
you've never
America
heard of it.
and
Africa.
Europe.
Why are we talking about
Okay? It
Africa?
is because
Of
Why are we
it's
talking
course,
about
you've
Africa?
never heard of it. Of
It's
course,
not
you've never heard
normal
of
to
it.
take your own life. Okay?
Of course, you've never heard
As
of
humans, we
it.
are built to survive. We are built to want to
Okay,
live,
great.
not to want to
Congratulations.
take our own
And
life. That's a
Listen, I don't care. I don't care where you're coming from.
Ford, finish your transport. Finish your claim, please.
You are going to be
Yeah.
depressed. You're gonna have anger issues, and you're probably gonna analyze
So,
yourself.
do you want us to get the information, or you want to let Alpha keep doing what he's doing on the pad?
Yeah,
Do
he's
you want us to get the information from passport, or we gonna let Cabroni keep doing what he's doing on the pad?
That's what am I doing? I'm gonna let you guys speak for a while.
There's 54 African countries, right? I'm sure there's probably some African country with zero self-unalivings, right? So my point is, in America, it is.
I've never heard of it in my country.
It is specifically
damn, the
YT.
ignorance.
This is a YT male problem. It's not a Black American male problem. And Black American men are far more likely to go to prison compared to whites. The whites more likely to be married. I'm saying so. The suicide, it has to be because of something else. It might be genetics. Study shows study shows depression is linked to Neanderthal DNA. Blacks are less likely. Blacks are less likely to have Neanderthal DNA compared to whites. So the high rate of unaliving among YTs might be Neanderthal DNA. I'm just saying.
And it can be like this. It said passport depression and anxiety. It seems to be among them the most than black people in general, because it's a mental illness thing. Because it's a mental thing. Remember, unaliving yourself is a mental thing. Depression, anxiety, these are all mental things. So we black people are just a lot more healthier mentally.
Exactly.
Than Europeans. I guess maybe it's
And not only that,
I'm sorry, can I say something? Sorry,
Go ahead.
I haven't spoken. I'm gonna tell you, Taj, that what she said it is true. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. So, for an example, in South Africa, about 100,000 men a year. 100,000 people from suicide. Let me finish. You've been talking, bro. Let me finish.
the majority,
Let me finish. Let me finish. Stop talking. I'm giving an example. 100,000 people unalive a year, and 80% of them are men. So what she's trying to say is that just because you have never heard of it does not mean it's not true. That's my sense.
Unalive from what?
No, they're unaliving.
Unalive from what?
You can business that, but they're unaliving
No,
themselves.
stop. You're not gonna sit here and lie.
Themselves.
Unalive from what? You tell me, done the research. Unalive from what?
Themselves.
It's not allowed.
Unalive from what?
Themselves.
They're unaliving themselves.
They Lodi's point. And
Unaliving themselves.
Yes.
Okay, bring the stat here. Get on the web, show us the stat.
We spoke about it yesterday.
Because again, we're talking
Bring the stat. I don't believe you.
Okay, whatever. Who cares?
See, your point
How are you
is strong.
educating me about my country? Are you
They want to educate you about
Okay, wait, hold on. If you don't have,
country you're mad?
Oh my God. Why would I speak about a country I know nothing about?
if you don't have stat to back it up, okay? Hold on. If you don't have stat to back it up, don't talk about it. In Africa, men are not unaliving
What do you
themselves.
mean? So-
That is a that's
Okay,
a, hold on.
no.
Hold on. I will drop your ass.
I've never heard of people doing that.
One
So
at a
it all
time.
depends on where and the
Well, if you don't have any stat to back any claim up, don't bring it up.
That's lying.
Men are not
That is
unaliving
lying,
themselves in
lying,
Africa. Why are they unaliving themselves? Tell me why. Because of women? Men in Africa have access.
They're
Hold on.
unaliving themselves. Are you?
There is no male loneliness epidemic in Africa. That's only the West
Are you
statistic.
trying to say it's not?
Mute your mic, let me finish, then you
It's
can
not about
speak.
loneliness.
I will drop your ass.
It's not about loneliness.
Shut up, let me
It's not
finish.
about loneliness.
Let's go one at a time. We can't be talking and I'm talking. Let's go one at a time. Okay? Only the West border stat that men loneliness epidemic. We don't have that in Africa. Men in Africa have access to women. The only thing we have in Africa or the world that men live to a certain age, maybe 55 or something, the average men ages, they live because they're working too hard to provide for their family. That's why men are passing away, not just going to commit suicide. How many people are committing suicide in Africa? That is a Western
They're
thing.
committing
So where do you get, where's your
suicide as
stat?
well. Are you kidding?
Wait, OD.
Why would you say something so ignorant?
OD. I
Why
literally
would you
gave you
say
the
something so
country.
ignorant?
I literally just gave you the country that I was talking about. I said South Africa,
South
right?
Africa is one of them.
And
My
that's
country is another one.
Because that is my country, and I searched it
South
up.
African European men. They're talking about
Listen,
European
listen,
men.
they are the men.
So Kenya has
Taj,
European men? What are you talking about?
Listen,
Are you guys
Taj.
just like dumb?
Bro, white people are the minority in South Africa, bro.
So Kenya has...
Crazy.
I need the big screen.
Exactly, and they're the ones
give me the
committing
big
most
screen.
of the suicide. They're the
doesn't
ones
make
committing
sense.
most
The big
of the
screen.
suicide, even though they're the minority.
Can I please have the big screen?
OD, stop muting me.
You all asked for a stats. I'm gonna give you stats.
Stats of what? What is the stats gonna show?
I pull up the stats of self-unaliving rates in Nigeria. I pull up those stats. Who can I give it to you guys?
I'm noticed it's not good to misinform people. Misinformation
So you
is
guys
not
don't want
good.
you guys don't want to give the statistics?
It's more prevalent in South Africa and West Africa. It's not common in East Africa.
But at the end of the day, y'all made Lottie's point, and Passport is just saying, which makes sense with the statistics, that with black people, we just don't unalive like that. Now, by sheer number per capita, that's a whole different thing. So Africa, if the country has majority black people, yes, it's going to be majority black men that's going to do it out of the gender, but men typically does more of the unaliving, whether they're any race. Men are predominantly leading in that. And it depends on where the country is. If it's more of that particular race, that man, the men of that race is going to have a leading unaliving rate than of the woman. So Lottie and Passport's point has already been made. There's no need to go back and forth about it. And Europeans do in America because that's the majority in the country.
No, it's not simply that. Yes, what you said, but no, it's not simply because they're the majority in America that shows the number shows up like that. No, they just tend to do it more. Okay? We're not saying that, black men or African men never do it. What we're saying is the majority of people who tend to unalive themselves are the white people, whether female or male. Majority of black people, it doesn't matter where they are in the world, don't practice that as much as white people do. I mean, what's so hard to comprehend about that? But no, instead you want to pull on straws to make your point. But your point is irrelevant to what we're saying. You want to talk about the minority. The minority makes no difference. It's the majority. And in East Africa, we definitely frown upon that. So no, you don't hear about it. Okay? So stop it. It's the white tea people thing.
I'm not gonna lie, Taj, you just talk a lot of rubbish sometimes because you literally just said, in Africa, it does not happen. That was your statement. That's why I was arguing with it, because you also cannot put up stats that say that it does not happen in Africa. Because you know it does. That is the only reason why I brought up that example, because you said in Africa it doesn't happen. But it does. And it's majority of black people, so therefore it does happen. Simple. Like, use your brain. Like, what are you fighting me for? Calm down. It's a white people. Yes, we can say that. Yes.
So why are they unaliving themselves? Do you have a reason why they're unaliving themselves?
What's the reason? They've been analyzed. They're analyzing themselves. What reason?
What reason? Unaliving themselves for what? And what is your? If you really have a stat and a study, you will know why they're unaliving themselves. You dumb motherfucker. You guys don't know shit.
From the studies, it says, men don't die by suicide more often because they're stronger. They die more often because they don't always get the help they choose, and they always. Women attempt suicide more, unaliving more, sorry, but men complete suicide, unaliving more. It's a crisis. It's not bravery, And if you think stronger, I'm not sure what it says here. So yeah, it says how men suffer in silence. And suicide rates. When it comes to the race thing, yes, white men do top that. But it will not black people or non-black people, black people in general are catching up when it comes to that type of thing. So it says, yeah, I think that's all it says. There's too much information here.
And then it automatically pulls up. You could skip me, OD.
Taj, what are you even up here talking about? What are you even up here really talking about? How can you say that in Africa it doesn't happen? Why would you speak for a whole continent? Why would you even do some stupid, ignorant shit like that? Men are unaliving themselves in African continents. Women are trying as well, but men, like in comparison to men and women, men are doing it more. Women are trying it as well, are unaliving themselves, but men are doing it more. At the same time, when you ask I don't know why, but they're unaliving themselves. If you don't know why, you don't have any study. Okay? But they are out of here, though.
That's a lie. You don't know what you're talking about.
What the hell?
You don't know what you're talking about. Okay?
What the hell are you talking about? Okay.
Why are they unaliving themselves? Answer the question.
You ask your grandmother.
Alright, you don't have any stat. You're just a dumb motherfucker. You don't have any stat to back that up.
You know what? We need to catch the red herring fallacies. We were talking about babies born out of wedlock. Some simps, if they cannot find a reason to blame men, and if it points to the women, if there's just no way they can blame men, you know what they would do? They would change the entire topic just to point the finger at men. You dirty dogs, you. Caught ya. You changed the topic because you wanted to find something that they can bash men for. You changed the topic, you little dirty dogs, you. Because I basically nailed it with the babies born out of wedlock. It was clear. Women are doing this. You little punk ass simps have to change the topic because you had to blame men for something. Gotcha.
Alright, since you guys don't want to listen to stats, I had to pull this shit up. But before I read this, I want to give you guys a background. In America, there's murder rate is 5.7 per every 100,000. Alright, in America, there's murder rate is 5.7 per every 100,000. The leading rate in America is 23 per every 100,000. So you understand why this is a huge problem, because it means that you are a danger to yourself. It is more likely that you are gonna unalive yourself than somebody else will. In Nigeria, it says over here, around the single men, the percentage of self-deleting among single men is 19 per every 100,000. So that means that a single man in Nigeria is more in danger of unaliving by himself than African American men.
That is a
in
lie.
America.
Where did you get that
That
from?
is a freaking.
You are a goddamn liar. Your stats are not correct. Listen, you don't know what you're talking about. Get the hell out of here.
That's a lie.
God damn it.
That's a lie.
We don't have that.
Men don't do that shit.
What the hell?
I only leave my men alone.
She's just coming up
Leave
here
my
to
Nigerian
lie.
brothers alone. You know I don't play with my Nigerian brothers. Speak me, Odi. Happy Friday.
Just coming up here, bring up fake Google and talk some bullshit. You don't have any study. Do you think Nigerian men have problem having women? Do you think we have male loneliness
Nigerian men are
epidemic?
not slim. Nigerian men have stamina. Forget, please. Just leave them, please. That's a fake statistics, by the way. Okay, Odi, you can skip me.
Odi, why did you let me speak? You asked for a topic. How about we
let me speak?
The stats are right here. I'm scared for loading. I'm scared for every single man out there.
I
don't know if you're gonna be
Not all the statistics are true.
You did not say that, Todd.
Single men are allowed
Okay, so they
I did not say that.
it doesn't matter where you're from. I'm pretty sure that
If Nigerian men are unalive themselves,
If I feel like the topic is modern women,
It's
the
not
if I
topic
do
is
the
modern
stats
women.
from Mexico, they're gonna say the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's single men. It don't matter where the man comes from. It doesn't matter the race of the single man. The fact is this:
women who have babies out of
The
wedlock.
topic
They
is
did
modern
that
women.
to
They
the
can't
loose woman.
stand. Yeah, that's why they changed the topic in the first place. That this is how these rainbows are. They
Single
can't
man,
stand
you are
for-
in danger.
to criticize women.
I don't want you guys
Sir,
unaliving
we'll
yourselves.
we'll talk about modern women. We'll talk about modern women.
But Alpha, what does the
So let-
suicide
let-
rate
let-
got
let's
to
talk
do with
about
the topic?
your modern women three. I know he did
I mean,
that on
unalive.
purpose because
I'm
he
not gonna
can't.
lie, how
Google
do
search.
you say?
Google search.
He
Right.
did that on purpose because he can't stand for us to talk about women. That's how these rainbows and simps are.
Now I'm
And
gonna say this.
feminists, they hate
Passport,
us.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, Passport, and I'm gonna just be honest, and y'all can disagree or not, whatever. But Alpha and Taj, y'all are blinded by whatever it is in y'all head. Y'all are not trying to have an honest conversation. Because even me, there's some things I made this. Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me finish and then you can reply. When Passport, there's some things, there are some things that Passport has said that I did not disagree, that I did not agree with. But when he's speaking fact, I'm going to agree with the fact. I'm not going to overlook what someone
Where is
said.
the fact that I disagreed with? Where?
No. You disagreed when I said, listen, thou proved Lottie and Passport's point. Whether it's the male or male and female, male's gonna do more of the unaliving. When it
I didn't
becomes
disagree with that. I did
listen,
not
I'm
disagree
finished.
with
Why are we off topic? Why are we off
No,
topic?
I get that.
disagree with
No,
that.
and
That's a
I'm circling
fact.
around. Let me circle around that.
I just want to know
That's a
what's on
fact.
topic. That's all I want to know.
Right.
Put
Now,
words in my
Alpha,
mouth. Don't
if you're
put
talking
words in my
about,
mouth,
I have to
okay?
move on so I can hit it, so I can make my point. Alpha, when we talking about what does the suicide have to do with the modern women having, being single mothers? Two, we were building on that. We came up with other solutions and other reasons why, on top of what Passport said. So why did you come in and say something about unaliving? How does that correlate to that?
Okay, so because the argument was
Because
this.
he's rainbow and
Oh
he
my
just wants to
fucking
talk about
Passport,
me.
shut the fuck up, bro. Control your freaking
Okay,
emotions.
Rainbow. Okay,
Control
Rainbow.
your emotions,
Sure, Rainbow.
woman, control your emotions. Okay, so let me respond to what she was saying. The reason why I brought that up was because, oh my freaking god, you know, Tash, hold on, listen, never mind, you know, I expect this from Tash. Tash is a woman. I just get a little annoying with the men and start acting like women. So, this is what I was saying. I just said that the reason, my issue with the red pill movement was that they are very dishonest when it comes to what men actually had to go through. Right? And telling men, hey, oh my freaking god, Jesus, woman, shut the fuck up. This
But what
woman,
is
I swear to freaking, oh my God.
happening?
I'm asking the ladies, please. Can I please finish this sentence without you guys interrupting me? Every single lady in here, passport, especially you. Okay. The reason why how we got to this point was because I said that the red pill movement is not honest about what men actually have to go through. They are lying to men and telling them that women are unhappy being single when statistics says that they don't. Statistics says that when a man is single, he's very, he's 8 times more likely to unalive himself. That's all I say, and everybody crashed out and started saying that what I was saying wasn't true.
What's that got to do with modern
woman?
women?
Shut the fuck up, woman!
Having babies out of wedlock.
Jesus freaking Christ, woman! Can you please shut the fuck up?
What's it got to do with the
ladies,
women?
Ladies, I know you're in the period. I need you to go and put a fucking tampon and shut the fuck up.
Okay, so passport and alpha. Okay, so that's when I chimed in and said you're correct, best off your.
You guys took it to this. I didn't. You guys.
Tell us how that has anything to do with the topic.
Right.
No, we just say that
They were speaking about statistics. They were speaking about statistics of single men being happy, single women not being happy. Then it led to this. That's what they were talking about.
So really, what it was, right? So when he pulled out the statistics, I said that's actually correct. Then Lodi ended up with his statistics. I said that's correct, and I explained it both. But I was trying to segue it back into the topic because that was a side note kind of conversation that could have.
Yeah,
it wasn't wrong though.
Right, I have a simple question. What does men unaliving themselves have anything to do with modern women having babies out of wedlock?
Absolutely.
We have to explain how we got to that topic.
Listen, but it's not even a connection. Is there a connection?
We just explained how we got there. We just explained how we got there.
Passport, your feminine brain doesn't allow you to understand complex arguments. So you need to stay away from this complex arguments because you have a feminine brain.
Rainbow
doesn't allow you to understand complex arguments. So just shut the fuck up.
It is unrelated.
And wait till you finish.
Talk at the same time.
It is
Can we go one at a time?
Okay, now let's go back to
if
women.
you want to talk, let's go one at a time. You guys are talking at the same time. Alpha, why are you acting like a bitch? When he's done, you can respond. When he's done, I will go to the next person. But everybody's talking at the same time. What point are you trying to prove, Alpha?
Why you always target me when he's
you are the one doing it all the time.
Viewers, I understand that you have a crush on this business, but come on. At least fake it every once in a while.
Men unaliving themselves is not the reason why modern women are having babies out of wedlock.
You already said your point.
Let him finish, Big Let him finish.
Please don't
let him land, then you respond.
The fact that
God damn it, have some decorum. When he's done, you respond.
Thank you, OD. Then the fact that it's not the reason why you ran through to have babies out of wedlock. It has nothing. It's not even connected to a reason. So let's just go back to the actual topic and stop trying to deflect to talk about men, but you can't stand for us to tell the truth about women. Let me repeat this. You can't stand for us to tell the truth about modern women. So you have a strong urge to change the topic. Okay. So the reason why you have babies out of wedlock because the women are undesirable for marriage. Men
say that several times.
Let him. You don't have the right to say what he said. His time is almost up. I will tell him that your time is up. Then you go. I go to you next. That's the problem that you have. Impatient idiot.
I haven't mentioned this yet. Study shows men are less likely to marry fat women. So then the fact that modern women tend to be more fat. The reason why you're fat is because you're modern. If you were housewives, you would be moving around the house, cleaning the house, chasing babies around, losing fat, losing weight.
Wait a minute,
but because you're I did not interrupt anyone. I did not interrupt anybody. All I'm saying is, if you were housewives, housewives move around more, losing weight. Fat modern women, you stay fat, and that's why you're less likely to get married, and that's why you're more likely to have babies out of wedlock.
All right, now who want to respond? Is it Stella or Alpha? One mic. Hold on. Let Betray respond. She want to respond to that. Go ahead, Betrayler.
Yeah, Bistrella. Jesus, you cannot pronounce my name
I
anyway.
don't care about you.
So, passport, you say that. Okay, no problem. You said that about a million times. So yeah, you said that it's because they're undesirable and they're. You said all the things you said. So why are you repeating yourself? Let someone else speak about the topic, like stories or new people coming in. You've repeated that statement more than a million times. We get it. They're undesirable and they're fat
never said
and
they're
they're
fat.
okay. We get it. So now, can someone else? Can someone else also
Don't you want to
contribute
speak on the topic, be
Jesus
trailer?
Christ.
Speak on the topic,
Well,
trailer
everybody's
back.
repeating themselves.
Okay,
to be
now
fair,
hold on,
so-
Taj. Okay, are you done, be trailer? Have you spoke on the topic? That's your time because I'm going to the
You
next
said my
person.
name right? Bistrella.
Be trailer park. Are you done?
So why are modern women having babies without marriage? I don't know. I think women who have kids are in a better position to answer that.
Okay, I'm a single mother. I'm married now. I'll say this. The things that Passport said is correct, but there's other components, and that's what I spoke on, the other components on top of that, because we want to properly diagnose the problem and be able to eradicate it for future generations. When I said the shame has been taken off of being a single mother and having children, I think we've romanticized and fantasized of having the perception of power being a single mother because the way the laws are set up in the land, it's favoring the woman. And that, I think that's the also contributing factor. But let me tell you something, Passport. I would lose weight if food just didn't taste good. Don't be mad at me because I like weight.
I know, right?
I'm messing with you, Passport. I'm messing with you. But I'm married. This fat, big back heifer, she married. Okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. Congratulations.
Food tastes good doesn't mean you have to eat everything on the plate. Control.
I'm just joking.
She can do what she wants to do, okay? She can do what she wants to do.
Don't eat food from Qatar because you will get fat. That food is so damn good, man. I'm glad I don't live there because that's some good
When I
food.
go to Africa, I eat like the way I eat in America, and I lose weight. I lose about 10, 15 pounds every time I'm down there, over there. So it's the food. They put
Good food.
Where do you go? Where do you go to in Africa?
I go to Accra in Lagos.
Oh, Ghana.
I know
Okay.
Tanzania has some great food. Kenya has some great food. And
Now,
Qatar, Middle Eastern food, delicious.
So
But I
can you
lose
blame
weight
the
every time I
women
go there,
for being
and I
fat? Can you blame the women for being fat?
You know,
The
that's
food
what I'm
is
saying.
the food is too delicious, no?
Yeah, but if you're going to eat good food, you also need to be a housewife so you can be
I would say this.
moving around, mopping the floor,
What?
cleaning
They can
streets.
go to the
and
gym.
lose the weight like that.
You can go to the gym.
big person. So it would be approved. My bigness would be approved if I was a housewife. Got it. Moving on.
If I wasn't married, I would definitely have a six pack. The only reason I don't have a six pack is because I'm
So
gaming.
therefore, you're going to be losing
I
weight.
know. I'm just messing with Passport. I just messing with Passport.
Okay, so Alpha, what do you want to say now? Now you can have the mic to speak. Don't interrupt,
It
okay?
tastes good doesn't mean you have
You
to
sure
eat
your
it.
boyfriend is gonna? Odi, are you sure you're gonna allow me and not get a little triggered?
What
when
do
your
you wanna
boyfriend gets
say?
triggered and they start interrupting me?
What do you want to say? Go
Because
ahead, you can
last time I'm
speak.
speaking and your boyfriend kept interrupting me, and I want to say this.
Go ahead and speak and
Interrupting.
stop complaining.
Last time I was speaking, oh my. Last time I was speaking, your boyfriend kept interrupting me, and you keep defending him. So I just want to know. Am I gonna be allowed to speak, or you gonna, defend your boyfriend when he
Why are you
interrupts me?
allowing him to disrespect you like that?
Now, Alpha, he's giving you time to speak.
This is a serious question. Like,
No,
why
I
are you
don't need
allowing
time.
people
I just go
to
ahead.
disrespect you
Now
on
I'm
your
kind of.
panel?
I don't even
They
know what
are
I
all
wanted to say.
disrespectful.
I
Everyone
already
is
said everything I
disrespectful
needed to
here.
say.
You guys want to be
Yeah,
I don't
but
repeat myself
selective
unlike
all
other
the
people, so
time.
you all go ahead and do it.
They're selective.
Tash, listen, Tash, let me tell you something, sweetheart.
Change the topic.
When
We need
men
to
are
talk about
talking, you
other
need to
things.
sit
This
in a
topic is
corner and
boring
let the
now.
men talk the way men talk to each other, okay?
Sorry, you're not a man talking. I hear
I
a
don't
woman
talk to women like that for a
I
reason.
hear a woman talking.
I don't talk to women like that. I only talk to the men like that because this is how men talk to each other.
I don't hear a man talking. I hear a woman.
Okay, all right.
Conversation
Okay.
and panels goes in rounds. It goes in rounds. So it always resets. So it's not very good to go back if we reset it.
Let's talk about
Okay, now
something
I
else.
told you
Maybe
to
the
speak
prompt
on the
should be
topic.
changed.
Let me ask you
You don't
something.
wanna
Do you
speak
have
on
a
the
problem
prompt.
with the way I talk to you, Di?
Yes, you are.
So
You are just
do
a.
you have a problem with the way I talk to you?
You are just a troll. You are a simp and a weak man. And you're
But
trying
do you
to
have a
prove-
problem with me being
Shut
a
your
troll?
mouth. You are, I don't know what's my business with you. I don't have any problem with you. I know you're a simp. And anytime you come up here, we always intellectually dominate you. And you run away and go cook up something and come back. That's why you keep coming back. You are just a dumb motherfucker. That is what it does. He's a big ass simp.
Dominates. You that only have only two braces.
Okay, let's go one at a
The only
time.
way you dominate like when you mute him.
But remember, OD, he likes to be dominated.
That is
so
what
be
he
careful.
does, you know. We know him from a
Let
long
Black
time.
speak. Let
He's
Black
just a
speak.
he's
Black-
just a
Black
simp.
is here. Black is
Shut
here.
up! Don't tell us who to speak. Mute your mic. So he's just a simp. He come up here to fight all the men. What kind of men come up and fight all the men? He have everything against
You know
men.
what?
So that's the problem he have. I don't have a problem
with
with him.
argue with the
Oh, okay, that's enough.
let me start calling.
Do you want to speak on the prompt or let me go to Black so we can have open panel? I think I'm
No,
gonna
I said
check
go
it.
somewhere else.
I want
said a
to
while
speak
ago.
on the.
Okay, let
I want
him
to speak on
let
the
Black
front.
speak.
Front.
Black Steve, go ahead. We have another simp in the house. We have another simp in the house to speak.
Why are modern women having babies without marriage? It's because of the men.
What did
Yes.
the men do?
Because we say it, we use babies as leverage to marry them. At the end of the day, we are not going to get married to them. Yes, we use it as a leverage.
Thank you
Use
for
it as
exposing
a
that
leverage.
secret.
Use what as a level? Beast trailer,
Married to
trailer
them.
park. Let him talk.
We use it as a leverage to get married to them. At the end of the day, we are not going to get married. We first and foremost, women. Let me say something. We don't like children. We don't like women. We just like the idea of having kids.
Okay, hold on. Don't
We
speak
don't
for
like
don't
kids.
speak for all men.
We also,
Speak for
I'm
yourself.
getting somewhere.
Hold on.
Is it true?
Don't say
Is
we
it true?
men. Say you men. You. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for other men. Speak for yourself. You're not in the right position to speak for men because you are a simp. Speak for yourself.
Is
Say
the
you
truth?
men.
Is the
And you
truth?
land your plane.
Is the average man does not like a woman. He just like the idea of having a woman as his own. It does not like a woman. He just like the idea of having a wife. Because you people will just dump everything on her. You turn her.
How do we
as-
dump
you
everything
turn
on her? How do we
a
dump everything on
maid.
her? Okay, what do you mean turn her into a maid?
She become a maid to you people. She become a maid to you people. A maid. I said she become a slave to you people.
What do you mean slave? Elaborate more. What I don't understand.
Free work, free labor. You should be carrying your children. This is what you want.
Okay, so Black,
Okay,
are
hold on.
you saying that? So Black, are you saying that now that the reason why men are not marrying women is because they can take the shortcut and still get the benefits of a wife?
That is not what he's
without
saying,
documentation
okay?
legally?
He's saying in general
They
that
just want
men.
somebody
And-
that have please
Right.
call up. Let me. The men just want a child that can bear their name. Chicken now. Finish. Just want that.
When you, so they just want to be able to, if they can't marry him, they put a baby in them, so they won't be able to, so they can have them. Like, why? That's how
No,
they
they just
do it.
they just want somebody that will get their name. Finish. Because
Okay.
a child as for an average man is seen as a property. Whether you like it or not.
Are you,
Also, you saying they mark them whether if you don't want to marry the man will mark you either with a baby or with a ring as his territory. Is that what you're saying, Black? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He's saying that
Okay.
men want the benefit of the child to carry their last name
hold on,
without
hold on,
actually
hold on, hold on, hold
without
on.
actually being
Hold on, beach
responsible.
trailer.
I'm just
Don't speak
translating
for
what
him.
he
Don't
says.
translate, okay? If a man that doesn't even know how to articulate himself properly for you to understand is a fool. Hold on. If he cannot articulate himself properly to make you understand, that shows the type of
It's
man that
because
he
he's
is.
supporting
Let me
women.
finish, okay? At least even if he's supporting women, he should be able to articulate himself properly so you can understand. You don't need to interpret for him. That means he's not a man. That is a fool. He's simp.
I was just
Okay?
trying to
Don't
help.
try to help a man. Stay in your lane. He's a man. What is wrong with you? He doesn't even know how to articulate himself properly. He can't articulate. You want to help him out? Let him speak. He's so dumb to the point that he doesn't even know what he's talking. Can you listen to yourself talk? Has he ever listened to himself talk? He can't even make a good sentence. English is not even your mother tongue in the first place. Speak pidgin. Olodo. Simple as
you know, simps are used to women
coming
speaking
from a
for
Nigerian man.
Only, you know, simps
that is
are
so
used
crazy.
to women speaking for them. So,
You know you can't say that.
and
you want to help him out? You want to help him speak? Oh, I want to help you explain what he said. A man that can't even articulate properly, do you think that a man like that have anything to say?
He doesn't like
Hold on. In the group of real men talking, do you think a man like this will be able to sit on the table of real men? They will kick him out. He's an errand boy. Men like that are the ones they send on an errand that go buy some water for us because he can't sit in a group of real men when they're having a great conversation. So this is what social media have done. Social media have given stupid men platform to come online and spill rubbish. Because when the real men are talking, they can't talk there. We won't even allow them. Now you want to speak for him. Let him articulate himself properly so you can understand better.
Okay, then.
Now, so what he said, hold on.
What I have to say. People are,
Hold on. Now, let me debunk what you said right now. This is what he said also.
No, you say you want to interpret it.
I don't want to interpret you. I want to debunk you. Because everything you said is all full of shit. And I want to oppose what you said. You said that men don't like children. That is, first of all, a lie. That's the biggest lie in the pit of hell. Number two, you said men just want to marry women so that they can turn women into a slave. The men are the real slave in marriage. Because you as a woman, the man is doing everything.
How?
Hold on, let me explain. Hold on, don't interrupt me.
How?
Then let me explain. You're saying how? Men are the real slave in marriage. Because when a man wants to get married, he's thinking about finance, thinking about paying your bride price, thinking about providing a house and a roof over your fucking head, thinking about, even when you have a baby, thinking about how he's going to pay for everything. The man has to go be out there and work. If a man doesn't have money and resources, he can't even raise a family in the first place. That's why men don't last long. After their average age, some of them get to 40, 45, or 50 for the past because of the struggle to provide for the family. You sit your ass all day at home, or you do less job, or because you're being a wife and you're cooking, turning the home into a house, now it's slavery. The man is the real slave going down to risk his life on the jungle and bring the bread into the house for you to eat. If the man doesn't go, if the man doesn't go out there and do that, there's no way you're fucking gonna eat or pay the bills or send your kids to better school. So the man is the real slave because if you want to have a family, he needs to work hard. Nobody needs to tell him that. As a woman, you don't need to have money. Hold on. Let me finish. As a woman, you don't even need to have money to get married. You don't need to have money. Any man that is wealthy can just pick you up and marry you and provide everything for the rest of your life and elevate you. Women are precious beings. They are treasures. Hold on. That is why I say that women are treasure. Men are the prize and women are the treasure. You are the treasure. We married you and we make sure we protect you when you have babies under a safe environment. Okay? So no man is playing. The man is the real slave. Do you think when you're having a baby, do you think that man is not going through a lot also, watching over you, making sure you go to antenatal, make sure you have a safe delivery, you want you to have a baby. But so you see, from a man like you, hold on, that shows that you are dumb. It's not okay now. Now let me go to what you say. Risk it. Hold on.
Between the two of you, who is risking their life?
Okay, can I explain now? You are designed to have a baby. You have a womb. I don't have a womb. If I have a womb, I will carry the baby. Okay? I was designed to share my seed. Nature made you. Hold on. Nature gave you a womb and make you a mother. You get pregnant. I don't get pregnant. It's not about risking your life. This is your biology. This is what you came to do. You came here to do on earth. To have a family.
Risking life anyway.
Okay? So that's why I'm there to
A lot of
protect
women
you.
don't make it out.
That is why I'm there to protect you.
I want to tell
Okay?
you two facts about
Then if you think you're risking your life, then
A lot of women
don't have
make
a
it out
baby.
childbirth.
Then don't have babies. Don't have babies then.
Odi.
If you think you're risking your life.
Odi.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Odi. I want to tell you first about pregnancy. A pregnant woman can be unalive, can be crippled, can become blind, can have cancer,
Can lose your teeth.
can lose her lips, can lose her lips. That is either her hands or her legs. Can also lose her hair, but losing hair as a pregnant woman is very common. Can also become ugly.
Okay. Now let me respond. Let me respond to that. Okay.
Can also become
Let me
ugly.
respond to that. That's why you're so dumb. You're not a real man. Let me tell you something. Okay. Yes, the men are also risking their life going out. You know that's why men don't last. Have you ever wondered why men don't last long? Women live longer than men. Have you ever thought about why? Because all the financial burden.
Because
Hold on, let me finish.
Open up.
Because
They
all
don't
the
open up.
problems, all the financial burden is on his head, leading that family. The children's school fees, everything. Yes, you have to go through a risk of having a baby. That is the only risk you have to go through as a woman. You are designed that way to bring life into this earth.
It's not true.
We cannot pay you for having babies, all right? If that's what you want to say. But the man have to be there to protect you while you're having this baby. Making sure he's walked through all through the way. If you have postpartum depression, he will get a doctor or a nurse to come and always check you. He's there to protect you, give you a safe environment so that you can be healthy. My mom have 7 children.
That just sounds
So
good on paper.
stop all this bullshit. You won't even marry a man that don't have money at all.
But-
if you cannot provide.
Speak
So
about
stop the
ODP.
BS. This guy is a piece of shit. He's a simp. Go and worship your wife because she have a baby for you, idiot. Let's keep it going.
Sorry, Carla, can I quickly just say something?
Yeah, go ahead, go. I'm going.
I feel like
I've not said anything, no.
You are stuck. So sorry. It's just quick. You said something that sounds nice on paper, like Bishwala said, because now we have even a bigger issue as black women within hospitals where our pain is not taken seriously. So that's why we also say that it is a risk. For you as a black man to say that we're not risking or we're supposed to, that's crazy to me, because you have to understand even the history with that is that they used to perform surgeries on black women to see how much they can take pain. And you guys are enabling this kind of mentality that we are strong women, we are supposed to have kids, and it's a risk that we have to take.
Okay.
Let's be serious,
Yeah,
bro.
they just
Okay, hold on.
delusional,
Now,
like,
because
this is what it's supposed to be.
Now, let me
But
explain.
that's not what it is.
So
A lot
now,
of men are not protecting
because
it.
you want to have kids,
Like
now,
that's not what's
hold
the
on.
truth. That's not the truth.
We're having echo because I want to go to this new guy, Mr. Stan, and everything.
I've not said anything.
Okay, stories. You're going to speak now. So, what do you want us to do now? That is, see, even
No,
hold
things for what they
on.
are.
Even normal, true, natural delivery, even if you don't want to go through cesarean section, you will still go through pain. You must go through pain in pregnancy. You can't avoid the pain.
And you can lose your
Hold
life.
on. No, yes, you can hold on. Yes, you can lose your life. What do you want us to do about it? Should we kill ourselves because of that?
We're just
You're not hearing what I'm saying though.
Respond. Let Story respond so we can get her.
Okay, story, go ahead. What do you want us to do?
Okay. So I just want to address what you said about men going out to work and coming back home, that they're risking their life. It's not true, because in today's society, we have women working as well. So it's not as if these women are basically sitting at home folding their hands. Some of them own businesses, some of them go out to work. So I think it's quite fallacious for you to say that men are the only financial providers in the family in today's current economic reality. That's just
okay.
it,
Let me ask
because-
you a question. Story. You are working. You're a lawyer, right? Your husband is a doctor. From what I've gotten of you so far, you are working and he's working. So tell me, who's paying 90% of the bills in your house? Who's taking care of you more?
Okay.
Answer the question, please.
I'm going to answer the question. Yes, my husband actually takes 90% of the bill.
Thank
However,
you.
it's not. Wait, let me finish now. But it's not as if when there's something lacking in the house.
There is
I have
nothing
to-
like it's not as if.
No,
Is he paying 90% of the
okay.
bills in the house?
No,
Yes or no?
Wait. He's paying a good amount of bills in the house, but then it's not as if that I'm not contributing to the household. I take care of my children. I also go to work. When there are things lacking in the house, I do grocery shopping. Sometimes I even pay the bills before he tries to pay them. So like, it's not as if women are lazy. Women currently are working
Absolutely.
today.
That is right, okay? That's why you are a helpmate to that man. You are there to support your husband. Do you have if you can work lesser job, lesser hour, he's like the pillar, he's the one protecting you and protecting everything. That doesn't mean that you're not contributing, but he's still paying 90% of the bills. No matter how much you make as a woman, you still want a man to take care of you. That makes him a man. So he's still risking his life, putting everything that he's supposed to put out there to provide for you. Even if you're working, your money doesn't really mean shit because it's not paying 90% of the bills. So we are not trying to put women down. So why can't you pay 90% of the bills since you're a lawyer? What are you using your money for?
But
Okay, so
Are you married?
yeah, I'm married. So I
Not
use
you, not you,
Oh,
not
okay.
you.
So I use my money, for instance, instead of waiting for my husband to pay some bills in the house, I pay it. I don't need to wait for him to do things in the house. But he actually does want to contribute because he obviously earns more than me. But then, if I see that my husband is tired or maybe he doesn't have money on him currently, I pay the bills. It's not a big deal. He also has project. He also has his life. You know, outside the home front, he has his own dreams. He has his own financial goals too. So I actually think that it's going to be unfair for me to put all the burden on him. So as someone that is working as well, I also have to contribute to the household. So and I believe that's the reality of many people in this society or many couples. I don't think in our current economic reality, it's just one man providing, especially in Africa where there's multidimensional poverty. You know, you need a two-income household in today's reality. That's just.
But OD, I want to say this: you are being very disingenuous, and you're very dismissive of what of the woman contribute to the household and the relationship. You cannot diminish, because that's the problem. Either one of us, male and female, we're getting to the point where we're diminishing each other's contribution to the household and or relationship. Our relationship is complementary. One is not bigger than the other. They're complementary. And when you keep talking like, well, what we do overvalues what you contribute to, you will always keep having this discourse and we won't come with a solution.
Mind you, when my husband's mother was extremely sick, that he spent millions of naira and thousands of pounds to make her well, it would be quite inhumane for me to expect him to also take care of me, take care of the household, whereas I'm working as well. So I took off some of his plate. You know, so that's what marriage is all about. You
So
know?
how am I being dismissive? I said the woman is the helpmate. She supports the husband. I'm not being dismissive of what women do. Okay, women are amazing also. They support the best way that they can. Okay? And women as also a support system. Okay? Nobody dismissing what the women are doing. Okay?
OD. Okay, ladies on the panel, what did you hear?
He said that you guys just sit at home, take care of the children. The man is outside doing this.
Yeah.
Even if you earn money, it doesn't mean shit. That's what he said. It doesn't mean shit because
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Is
Is
that a lie or is that a true? Give me an answer, please.
See, that's what.
Hold on. Is it a lie or is it true? Can
you're
you
proving
single-handedly as a woman? That doesn't mean I'm dismissing what you're doing, but at the end of the day, you cannot single-handedly pay the financial burden in that house for a lifetime. You will complain, you will nag, you will cry. Most women will leave their marriage if the man is not capable of paying the bills for 1 or 2 years.
That wasn't the argument point. That wasn't the point of contention. You brought that up. I have heard you in many topics that has nothing to do with nothing. You will keep bringing up how men are overvalued in the contribution in the relationship. I have heard you over and over and over. Mind you, the married people keep talking about how it's complimentary, and you'll keep telling them that it's not. Right. If you're
Who
not
told
married,
you? Hold on. Who told you
people
that? Who told you that it's not complimentary?
Yet he's not married.
Well, who told you I'm not married? Do you know me? Have you come to my house?
I said if.
Do you know my girl?
If.
You don't know me. You don't put that on me.
Did you just ignore?
Don't put that on me. Listen.
Are you ignoring?
Okay, I didn't ignore. Let me say this quickly. I don't want to have echo because I'm
macaroni and cheese.
Hold on, I'm having the reason why I'm having echo. because I'm also streaming in multiple platforms. All right. So guys, listen.
Yeah.
All right. Your wife is your helpmate to support you and help you in case you crash. Absolutely. We know you guys are important, okay? We're not diminishing what you're doing, but now today women want to be like the boss, they want to be in charge, they want to overtalk everybody that without them the man can't do shit. And that is a lie because your money because you women you can't pay the bills. Okay, story. Can you pay the bills for 5 years and for a lifetime majority of the bill in your household?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this.
Thank you so much. That is what I'm saying. That doesn't mean I'm trying to debunk you.
If I'm actually earning very, very well, obviously I'm gonna pay the bills, you know. Because
Let me
I
tell
have
you something, story.
Yeah.
Story. You don't need to make you don't have to qualify to make a whole lot to take care of a whole household. You know why I tell you this? Because speaking to the point of the topic of single mothers are doing it all the time. There wouldn't be such a thing as homosexuals.
Yes,
which means
single
there's men that
mothers.
don't do anything.
They don't
that
have
lay up
a
in the
man.
house, and the women take care of the entire house.
That's single
With
mother.
a $55,000
Yes, that
a year
is single
income,
mother.
a $35,000 a year come. So for him to say women don't have the capacity to do it, this is what I'm talking about when I
They
say
don't
it's
have
dismissive and
capacity
it's
to do
dishonest.
it. No, you say single mother. If you're a single mother, who's going to do it if you don't do it? I'm not talking when you have a man in that house. You
No,
have a
but
man
I'm
in your
saying
life.
they're also-
If you do
they're
not
also
do
taking
it,
care of a grown
hold on.
man.
If you do not do it, nobody's going to do it, and nobody's going to train your kid. So you have no option than to do it your fucking self. But if you have a husband in your household, you cannot pay the bills for a lifetime. You will complain and you will nag because you're not designed to do it when you have a man in that house. That's what I'm saying.
So if a man is designed to work and have stress like that, that means that is not something strenuous for him. That is par for the course. Just like you're saying women having babies is par for the course. Just like women taking care of the home is par for the course. You see how that don't sound right when I say it like that? Because I'm basing your logic off of the entire thing.
Are you done?
So you're really not stressed out.
Are you done?
You're really not stressed out then.
Are you done? Okay? Men have always have a provider mindset. That's what we are designed to do. Men can pay the bills for a lifetime. If they have the money, they will not complain or move a flinch. But when you women started paying the bill for just 6 months, you will start nagging and complaining that I can't be the one doing all this stuff. It happens all the time, or you would leave that marriage. Okay? So women are not designed to pay bills for a lifetime when they have a husband in the house. That's why Beyonce got married to Jay-Z. Why did she pick Jay-Z of all the men? Why did she pick a man that she can provide and take care of? No, she still picked a man.
She married within her tax bracket.
Why didn't she marry a guy
Here's the thing, OD. You see how now
Because she loves him.
But here's the thing, OD.
No, she doesn't
You're
love
now
him.
talking you're now pushing back on what you're saying, far as you're understanding both sides. But when you talk just en masse, you will start to talk like men. Everything they do is overvalued until somebody gives you pushback, and then you'll calm down and start leveling it. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to, if you are about black love and people being together, you have to stay right there. Still call out what's wrong with both of us, but still say, listen, we are complementary. We need to get back to that and stop throwing mud at each other. That's what I like about you, OD, when you get there.
All these fake.
But no,
Odi,
that's not his agenda.
Odi, I think I figured out why you and I clash so much sometimes. And it has to be cultural, because in my culture, we shame the single guys. The other day we had like me and another guy that do what we do. We got together. We had the guys, in a little meeting. We're drinking some beers, and then I remember specifically how both of us were like giving shit, the single guys, because that's what we do. We shame men into who are single. We just, not because we wanted to get married, it's just something that we just do naturally, right? Like our parents did it to us, my uncles did it to us. But the way you do, the way you carry about yourself is like you kind of like go into these monologues about how getting married is the worst thing a man can do, because now you have to pay all the bills. You're gonna have to deal with a woman that doesn't want to cook and clean,
and then and if she wants to, she can take your money and everything that you have and run away. She will not let you see your kids. I can see why you are scary,
unrealistic
man.
because it's not even
Hold on. Why are you twisting?
But you are scaring.
Why
you
are
are
you
scaring
twisting?
men
Why are you
into getting
twisting my
married.
word? You're twisting my word right now, and I like you when you do
Okay, so
that.
are you telling me, man?
I like you when you do
Isn't
that.
that what you
Hold
say all
on,
the time,
that's not
Lee?
what I said.
Am I
You
lying?
are twisting my word. That's not how I put it.
Are you not saying that women are gonna walk away half
You
with the
are
money all the
twisting
time?
it and out of a different context.
Are
That's the
you not
problem.
saying that
All
women nowadays
right.
don't want to cook and clean?
Okay, can I respond when you're done?
You literally are saying that the women are gonna walk away with your kids, which I will tell you, like I don't see that happening a lot where I come from. I don't really see it happening a lot. That's something that I don't see it happening, but all over social media, apparently this is where it happens to everyone, right?
Okay,
Like the woman
can I
gets married
respond?
you,
Let me
he has
respond.
your kids, takes your money, doesn't cook, doesn't
Is that
clean,
what I
doesn't give you
said?
snacks, and you
Okay.
just miss her.
Okay, can I respond now? Can you calm
But
down? I
no, hold
heard
on, let
you.
me finish.
I heard you are twisting my word. Brother, why do you always do this shit all the time?
But let me finish.
You
Can I
already
please finish?
try, but you
You say all the
cannot
time.
win. Okay, go ahead.
Can I? And but you need if you really want empowerment, or if you really want the best for these kids, is to tell them this. Show them the statistics. Show them that married men are a lot happier than single men, and their goal is to get married, not to be afraid of having a wife. Because the way you're speaking to these kids or these young men that are not married, that don't know nothing about marriage, is that being when you get married is gonna be the worst time in your life. Even if you get married and you get divorced, those 10 years of your life are gonna be the best 10
Okay,
years of your
all
life.
right. Now I've let you monologue. Can I respond to you? You see why you're twisting my
Go
words?
ahead.
You are the son of the devil, and I know what snake you're trying. I know the game you're trying to play, my brother. It's okay. I don't have any bad energy for you. But at the end of the day, you're picking my word you're picking my word out of another context. I said, for a man to get married, he needs to invest in himself. He needs to just exactly what you did. But now you're twisting it around that I'm scaring men. As if for a man to get married, he needs to have the capability to provide for him and his family. If he doesn't have that, majority of women will not marry him. That is what I said. But now you have turned it all around to something else. What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. Listen, if it wasn't because I know that every single thing that you say is
Now, hold on. You're talking about shaming
single.
Hold on. You're talking about shaming single
I would
men.
be very afraid
Hold
to
on,
get
hold on.
married.
You're talking
I
about
would be
shaming.
like,
No,
what the fuck
no.
would-
We don't need to be afraid. Exactly what is out there in the dating game will be enough to make men be afraid not to get married. Not me. Not what I'm saying. You're talking about shaming single men. You can't force a man to get married if he doesn't want to get married or if he's not ready. If he's not ready financially, mentally, physically, you cannot force him to get married. You don't have that power and that leverage. Men
That's the
hold
same
on, hold
with
on, hold on.
women.
Let me
You can't force
finish.
women to get
Yes,
married.
the same thing. So let the woman or the men get married when they think they are ready to get married. But for men have time. Men can wait and work hard, but the women don't have time. At 45, all her eggs are already gone. She's hitting menopause. No man will see her worthy to be a wife at that age. Women have a biological time clock. Men don't have. So that's why it's different for men and women. That's why women don't have to waste time in the dating market before they get married and start a family. Because women are being chased in their 20s. So it is different for men and women. You can't shame him, man. You want to shame Kevin Samuel or all these guys that has money and they're almost hitting 40 not to get married. If they want to get married anytime they will. Saga, Chuck Color, go ahead. Guys, let's tap the screen. You guys are just laughing me. People are laughing us on Twitch.
All right,
We got a biological clock.
OD, you guys have
But
been
we do
talking
too.
all day, so let me finish. Let me talk.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. OD, why are you with a black hat and a black jacket and a black shirt, bro?
Where did you see me, man?
I'm watching you on YouTube, bro.
All right, I just started streaming on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch, Facebook. I'm streaming worldwide right now. Okay, so people, this guy say, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, go ahead, man.
These guys are just.
If I wanted to be famous, I would have been famous by now. So quit it. I don't want to be famous. I already told you that.
Mic. Saga, go ahead. God damn it.
Greetings, host. Wow. Okay. You don't know, man. Host, unfortunately, the okay woman tend to sleep with the same guy that's already got children out of wedlock. It's unfortunate, but a lot of them do go off emotion and vibes, and they don't really think ahead of what's going to happen if they take the risk. So that's why a majority of them are having babies without marriage. And also, right, a lot of them do get manipulated so quickly that they don't even know that they get manipulated. I think the problem is, right, if there's a situation where they're talking to a guy, they'll go to the friend who's already got a baby mum out of wedlock, and her boyfriend's probably doing life in prison without parole or whatever. A lot of BLK women will go to those type of BLK women who've already got baby mums, who already have children out of wedlock, and they'll ask them for advice. And then they'll see that, oh, he's a type of ninja I had a baby with. They'll say, yes, he's a green flag, he's a good man, but even though he's got 3 to 4 baby mums out of wedlock, and he's just trying to make you part of the Olympic chain, a part of the Olympic charts. So it's unfortunate that they make up the highest single mother rates, but a lot of them are just bad sabotagers. They will sabotage you into lies and manipulation, and they are easily targeted by men who have multiple baby moms. Because
do you live in the UK?
Ma'am, it doesn't matter.
No, I was just asking, do you have the same problem?
Ma'am, it's all around the world.
Okay,
the same guy that's got more, ma'am, it's a global problem with a lot of BLK women and YT women too. So yeah, my point is, a lot of them are just, unfortunately following their friends who've already got baby moms too. So that's why, most modern day women are just having children out of wedlock because their friends have got it too and their families have got it too. So they just proceed to follow, as usual. I frankly, I land.
All right, that's a good one. Okay, caller, you want to ask them a question? Who was asking me a question saying that? Where is he from?
No, I was just asking because it's accent. And I was just because I was curious. I don't live in the UK, and so I'm like, are y'all having the same issue over there as well as the US? That's all I was asking.
My is global. Australia, New Zealand, they're all at the problem.
Okay.
Global problem. It's a global issue. Do you understand what I mean by global? You understand what global means? Do you understand what I mean by globally is an issue?
Now, do y'all see how I have not disrespected this man?
I just asked a question. I'm asking you a question.
Being condescending.
How? I just asked you, do you know what globally means? Because I
She
know.
was just asking you a question.
And
so
you went
I
on
asked you a question now.
But you asked me in a condescending way, like you don't.
Oh my Jesus!
I know what global means. I even
okay, let's wait till you say yes. Wait till you say yes.
Thought she was attacking. You thought she's gonna oppose what you're saying, but she wanted to know if you guys have the same problem as what we're talking about.
I asked the question. I'm not attacking anyone. I asked the question.
Why are you asking her? Does she know what global means? You think she doesn't
Why
know
do
what
y'all
global
feel
means?
like you need to interrupt somebody while he's in the middle of the conversation?
Always interrupt me all the time.
No, but that's the problem is, right, I answered her, and then she still carried on asking. So that's why I asked, you know what globally means? Because you've asked me the same question twice.
No, I didn't ask you twice. I just asked it once.
No, you did. You asked me twice.
Let's move on from this. Somebody else go on the prompt.
So you know what globally means.
All right, let's keep it going. All right,
okay, you know what global means. You know global.
We got it.
Let's go to the prompt. Y'all want chaos.
Let's keep it going, okay? Who's new on the panel? Okay, Claudia. All right, let's keep it going. Claudia, what do you want to say?
I just think that women are choosing to have children now without marriage because times are changing. Marriage is not as pushed as Alpha said. A lot of these younger men now who sit and listen to all these different podcasts are only taking away, the bad things about the red pill.
So what is bad about the red pill?
Things like what women.
The red pill is not telling men to go out and impregnate women and not marry them. So please stop pushing that narrative.
Thank you.
As I've been trying to speak, with all the interruptions that I've gotten,
You can finish. Level up is after you.
so OD, are you gonna control your men up here to let somebody talk when they
Oh,
speak?
let's speak. Level up is after
Hold
you.
on, D. Just let her
Shut
finish.
up! You ain't in control. Oh my gosh! So as I was trying to say, and I think the younger men now are taking away all the negative things that they're hearing from these male podcasts. Things like what women will do to you if the marriage fails, or all the things that some of you men sit up here and say when you're trying to downgrade a woman. And I don't even think that some of you all realize that that's what you're doing. But for younger men to hear all the things that you say that women are not, then you tell them they should go marry him. They like, hell no, I'm not marrying them women if they this and they gonna end up taking my money if it don't work out. Why would they? And like Alpha was trying to explain, unfortunately, some of you all's messages are kind of scaring younger men away from proposing, to women now, but still want the advantages of SMEX and still want to procreate with them. And so that's why I think that these women and men are having, children out of wedlock, because marriage now is being, put in a light to where it's nothing great. I think married people should now start to speak of all the advantages of marriage, because right now it's too much talk about what marriage is not. So, and I think that's why people are kind of getting away from it.
Ma'am, can I ask you something? So why is it when married black women come online and speak about advice, a lot of them are cool pictures? Because your own BLK women are the same ones going online saying, oh, she's a pick me, even though she's married.
Exactly.
You're not the same ones online saying like she's a pick me, she's this, why she's speaking. A lot of BLK American women are like that. For some weird reason.
So let me address that.
Go ahead, level up.
You only
Go
call
ahead.
women who are misogynistic or pick me. That's it.
Okay, let me address.
No.
And they call
You
men
black American
simps.
women.
They call the
You
men
black
simps.
American. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's a lie.
All good men simps is true, and they call bad women.
Okay, so let level up.
You're Nigerian American, man. You're not black American. You're
Level up respond
Nigerian.
to Claudette, please?
You're African.
Please, can level up respond
Okay,
to
I'm
Claudette?
One at a
You're not black
time.
American.
Sorry,
You're
hold
Nigerian. You're
on.
Nigerian.
What the hell is
You're
wrong with you?
Nigerian.
Saga, you need to stop that, Saga. When you
You're an
speak,
immigrant. What are you
when
talking
stop,
about?
but you're gonna get dropped now.
I was born in New York.
Guys, let's
Saga, if you do that
Let-
one more
let
time,
us-
let's do it
yeah,
one at a
let's-
time. Okay, we can't be over talking each other.
because you can't.
Calm
If
down,
everybody
Saga.
talks, we can't hear nothing.
You're still
Yeah,
responding
if
and
everybody
repeating.
talks,
Go ahead, level up.
yeah, if everybody talks, we can't hear what anybody's saying. So
Exactly. Go ahead,
I'm just going
Level.
to respond briefly to what she said. That's not completely true. A lot of the stuff you said doesn't make any sense, and I'm not attacking you personally. Let me just explain some facts. Marriage rates are down throughout the United States. That is true because a lot of men and women don't see value in marriage anymore, which is a problem. But that's not why they're having kids out of wedlock. They're having kids out of wedlock because people are socially irresponsible. There are men who are getting women pregnant and who are not taking responsibility for the children that they help create, even after paternity is established, and they're not marrying the women that they impregnate. And then there are women who are allowing romantic access to men who are not their husbands, or even men that they're not in a serious relationship with, and they're giving birth to children without the benefit of marriage or a ring. That's a life choice that women are making. If you're a woman, you have autonomy and you have dominion over who gets over who gets born and who doesn't, because you're the life creator. So if you're choosing to give birth to a child, to a man that hasn't even bothered to ask you to marry him, give you his last name, or give you security and commitment, you're an asshole. Like, you're just being stupid. The same way you're being socially irresponsible. Just like the men who are going out here and randomly sleeping with women with not using protection and not being socially and romantically responsible. It's a duality problem. Marriage is in crisis because people don't value it, or they just look at it as a piece of paper. That part was correct, but the illegitimate kids and as far as the people who are having children, that has nothing to do. That has to do with just being socially irresponsible. You have women who are just socially irresponsible. They make stupid life decisions. They go out and have kids with men that they know they don't want to be with, or at the very least, they know these men are not going to be with them, but they have the kids anyway. And then you have men who are being reckless, who are going out here and sleeping with women that they haven't vetted properly. So it's a duality problem. It has nothing to do with the marriage. It has to do with being socially responsible. If you're a woman and you're giving birth to a child to a man who's not your husband, you're fucking stupid. And if you're a man and you're creating children and with a woman that you don't want to be with and you don't want to marry, you're fucking stupid. It's a duality problem.
Well, I'm not going to use the word that they're stupid, but I will say that you and I, but I'm going to say that you and I are in congruency with our ideals. You just gave a different aspect of the problem, but we can't say that anything that I said is wrong other than what you did agree to be right. I think, again, just to simplify it, all of us are saying the correct things to say. So no, I can't push back on you. And again,
so ma'am, can I ask you a question? Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
After I'm done speaking, you can. And so, for me to go ahead and land it respectfully, I just think that people make decisions based off of what they want. And I think that is fair for a person to be able to procreate with or without marriage, if that is their choice and if they feel that's what they want for themselves.
You're sugarcoating it, man.
I am not here. Hold on, Levi. I didn't interrupt
All right, no
you.
problem.
I don't feel the need to police anybody's decision. And I'm there.
The reason why I say you're sugarcoating.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question, quick?
All right, go ahead. I'll go after you, brother.
If your son, right, was a decent DLK man, he's got the 3 from HBCE, right, and he brings him a ratchet woman with multiple baby dads, are you essentially gonna allow your son to play the stepfather role when he's only 19, 18 years old as a child?
Well, I can't speak to that because my sons are married.
No. I'm not saying your sons. No, I'm saying as example, man. Not saying actually your sons. Asking you personally.
Yeah, it's a hypothetical, ma'am.
Hypothetical, man.
No, because it's never happened, so I can't speak to that.
Okay,
I can answer the hypothetical. I wouldn't. That's a big responsibility.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's what I'm saying. We have to.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we have to kind of put this in a. I understand that some people, like you said, they don't want to judge. To me, we're kind of sugarcoating because what happens is when people decide to have children, bring children into broken homes, which is what a lot of people do, especially in our community. The community pays the price, and someone else has to come up and the counselors that work with these disenfranchised kids and at-risk kids, they're paying the price for you. The law enforcement is paying the price for you. The community is paying the price for you when some of these kids grow up to be criminals. The welfare system is paying a price for you because a lot of women who end up having kids and not have financial support from the man end up going on public assistance. So this notion that we shouldn't judge and that you should be able to do, listen, it's not a question of policing, it's a question of using good sense. You cannot build a community without families. And having kids all over the place with people that you're not in committed relationships with, that's not a family. That's just chaos. There's so many guys out here in the community with I'm gonna land my plane, ma'am. I'm gonna land my plane. When you have men out here who have 4 and 5 baby mothers and they're not taking care of their kids, and none of these women are their wives, that's chaos. When you have women out here who go out and have children with all these men, and none of these men married them, and they're not able to work because they have to take care of these kids, or they weren't able to go to school or obtain a decent job because they have childcare issues, someone else is paying the price for your lack of judgment. So to say that we shouldn't judge them is crazy, because when they make these decisions, other people have to pay the price for your bad decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, now let me ask a question. Hold on, guys. Let me ask a question quickly, okay? Hold on, Claudia. You heard me to hold on. Let me ask a question quickly. Okay, I want to ask a question to level it up also. Okay? Strela, mute your mic. There's a wind blowing in your background. You don't have AC or you blow it. Okay, now listen. Okay, let me ask this question quickly to level up. Now we understand how the society is, that the society is messed up. We have crazy men out there that will go around and sleep with women, get them pregnant, meaning they knowingly that they're not going to marry these girls. And we still have women doing the same thing. So if we want to protect the girl child right now, what advice are we going to give the girl child? Okay, yes, we can still give the boy child and protect, but if we really want to protect the girl child, because women have a womb, they have a uterus, they can get pregnant. They're probably going to be stuck for 9 months. Who do you think need to protect themselves more between the men and the women? I mean, keeping their legs closed
So
and
to
waiting.
me,
Hold on, I'm asking level up. Let
question
him
was not
answer.
for you, Claudette.
Okay, so
The question was not
so
for you.
so who do you think need to hold on? Who do you think need to protect themselves more because they get pregnant? Claudia, hold on. I will give you back the mic. Stop interrupting me. I don't want to get the echo because I'm streaming. Okay, level up. Go ahead. I don't know if he's right there. If he heard me, do I have an internet problem? Now that we know the society is messed up, we have a lot of crazy men out
Can I
there.
say something?
Hold on, be straight. You're gonna say straight. That we know we have a lot of crazy men out there and crazy women out there. You know, men that will come around knowingly they don't want to marry you. They just sleep with you, get you pregnant, and just not take you serious and walk away. All right. Yes, society is messed up. But how do you think need to protect themselves more between a man and a woman? Okay, when it comes to these issues. And who control access to sex? Go ahead, level up.
Yeah, I mean, men and women have a problem vetting potential suitors, and what's happening is that you have women because hookup culture is so prevalent in the United States. A lot of people are not taking the proper time to get to know each other. It takes 24 to 36 months to properly vet somebody before you consider marrying them. Like, and people are moving in together after 2 months of dating. Like, that's crazy. Like, you don't even know this person and you're living together. Like, you know, because everybody's in a hurry and everybody's in a hurry to sleep with each other. And so what you end up happening is you end up winding up in relationships that you shouldn't be in. Courting and vetting takes time. Courting is not, I meet you on a dating app and 3 days later you're at my house and we're sleeping together and we're watching movies. That's not courting. That's hookup culture. And that's what's happening.
Okay, I don't know if you.
And then there's situations.
Hold on, I don't know if you get the question. I don't know if you get the question that I asked. Hold on. I don't know if you get the question. Hold on.
I'll just land it. Yeah, I'll just land it.
No, you didn't hear the question that I asked, okay? I didn't think you get the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question?
The question I asked, like, now we know the society is messed up. Everybody's out there to have sex and all that. But who do you think need to protect themselves more? You know, now we have a lot of men out there that if women stop if they raise the bar and they stop participating in hookup culture, at least from a heterosexual standpoint, hookup culture would disappear because most men will do the bare minimum for romantic access. So if you require more, they'll do more. And if you allow access to your body without any commitment, most men are not going to give you commitment. So hookup culture, at least from a male-female dynamic, which is what we're talking about, would disappear almost entirely if women didn't participate in it. Thank you so much. That is what I want to hear. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's why we keep telling women that. Hold on.
I got a follow-up question.
Hold on.
I gotta agree with him, unfortunately.
Hold on. No. You didn't agree.
I wanted to say something.
One at a time, okay? Be straight. This is what we keep saying. You have a woman, you get pregnant. We know we had a lot of crazy men out there. But
Can I
you
say
need to
something?
protect yourself more as a woman out there. Oh, yeah, go ahead. What do you want to say to them? DK has a follow-up question.
Why do I have an echo? Is it from me or
from his YouTube?
Oh, okay. So, Level Up has really made some great points. I really agree with people, and I agree with him. He's pointed out accountability from both sides, but again, of course, you guys want to drag it back to the women. I don't hear you people saying where he said men who are going around having 5 baby mamas are quote unquote stupid or whatever. He said both parties take accountability, but you guys are just trying to still drag it back to the women because why? Why are you not using the opportunity to speak to the men and telling the men, yeah, men should not go around doing this as well? Why are you still drawing back the point and the microscope is on the women still?
So you
I
don't
get
want
what
women
you
to be
I get
protected.
what you guys are doing. No, listen, I get what you're trying to say. I get like you're trying to like I get the point. I get it, trust me. But why is it that it's just women being policed, women on a microscope, everything bashing women is women, single mothers, women? Why can't you take these opportunities to also educate the men watching and tell them, yes, even for the men who are reckless and irresponsible, will make contributing to this problem. Why are you guys just trying to
Because you ain't
circle it
control
Okay,
of your
let me
trying
tell
to
man.
you why.
circle it back?
Hold on. Let me tell
Why
you.
are you
Hold on,
circling
let
it
me
back
tell.
to still the
Hold
women?
on. Big trailer. Hold on. Let me tell you why. Yes, we're holding men accountable all the time. We still telling men put your penis in your
How?
pants.
I don't
Hold
hear you
on.
saying it.
Hold on. And this is why there's a word that says that why nice guys finish last. There's a lot of nice guys out there, good men. Most of them don't even want to sleep with you. They want to just date you, get to know you better till they get married to you. But I've seen cases where I went to his house, he can't even touch me. He's so lame. We did everything. You hold on. We've seen
Did
many.
you
Hold
do
on,
you
let me
even hear
finish.
what I said?
Hold on, let me finish. Let me land my plane, okay? Let me finish. Let me finish so you can respond. I don't want the feedback from my side. Jesus Christ. Women will say my body, my choice. Okay? They keep chasing after the wrong type of men. I don't hate the player or hate the game. If a bad guy try to swindle you or say the nice thing to you and manipulate you, what the hell? What's not my fucking business? You women keep picking the wrong men. What's that sound?
That's okay. We agree to
What's
that.
that sound? I
Uh,
don't know what's that sound.
it's okay to pick the wrong
Sorry,
man.
mute your mic. There's a sound coming from your background. Okay? We
It's not
can
me.
then mute up. Okay? So at the end of the day, the dating game is flooded. Women can do whatever they want to do today. If women say they want to have a whole face, you cannot stop them. Okay? What we are saying now is that yes, we're holding the men accountable, but we need to protect the girl child. Because if you have a baby out of wedlock right now, you probably might raise another bastard baby. How come you're not upping your standard? Why is this? Why do you guys find it hard when we say women to marry before they carry or just keep their sexual purity? Same goes to men. If you don't, you are going to be stuck with a baby, not the men. I can get you pregnant now and be reckless and move to the next woman because I don't have a womb. I can't get pregnant. Can't you get that into your head? Don't you understand?
So the
Women,
message is
hold
for
on.
women.
Women control access to sex. If women close their leg, men are not going to get laid. Men will up their
We
game and
get that.
step
We
up
get
and
that.
start
That's
getting married.
true.
But if you think you want to say, oh, what about if we can talk to 1,000 men? I can be one of the men that will date you. I don't want to put a baby in you. I want to be responsible. There are thousands of men out there that don't give a shit. They will get you pregnant. Level up can be a disciplined man that is responsible. D can be that guy, but there's a lot of guys out there that will take it when they can have it. It is
So the
different.
point. So the
The
point is
point
that you're
is, if
protecting women.
you don't keep your legs closed, and okay, let me ask you a question, please, Stella. Tell me, how can a man have access to your body? What is your requirement for me to have access to your body? Give me your requirement.
I don't want it.
Hold on, I'm asking to the women out there, what is the requirement for a man to have access to your body, like to sleep with you? What requirement? What do you think the man need to do for you before he can sleep with you?
I don't know. Maybe you ask the people who
Okay,
are
okay,
regulate requirements.
okay. Who else want to answer it? What's the? Hold on,
Can I ask a
Saga. You're
question,
not the
right?
woman, Saga. Sorry, go
Why is
ahead.
it a requirement? Why are you saying it's a requirement? What does that mean? Like
There
requirement?
we
Like what does that
go.
even mean?
Now we
They
know.
have to meet. In other words,
Shut up.
they have to meet in order for you, as a woman, right, to allow a specific man access to your body, right? He has to meet certain criteria. I'm trying to answer your question. He has to meet certain criteria. You have to be attracted to him physically. You may have to be in a certain tax bracket. You may have to have a certain personality traits. You may have to be a certain height. Like all women have different criteria for which
Differences?
they consider.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's asking you what your criteria is.
Well, I don't. I'm not gonna give my criteria. The fuck?
Okay, so you don't know. So which means any man has access to it.
I've been celibate, so I don't participate in sex. So I don't
So
know.
host, can I chime in, right? Host.
Hold on. So then, you hold up. She actually just made a good point. If you guys weren't listening, you're celibate for a reason, right?
So what?
You're celibate for a reason, correct?
I'm not a virgin, but I'm celibate. Yes, I'm celibate.
No,
for
I
a reason,
understand
yes.
that, but you're choosing not to.
So I'm not a
You're
fucking
choosing
virgin,
not
bastard.
to. Is it safe to assume that
So,
you're
man.
choosing? Guys, hold on.
Hold on, Sarge.
Guys, hold on. I'm about to make a quick. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Saga, but I'm trying to make a point here. Ma'am,
Very intrusive.
Miss Claudette, hold on one second. My point is, you don't have to give the criteria, but the fact that, ma'am, please.
Oh my God.
Claudia's
You don't have to
tripping out.
give, ma'am, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to give your criteria. Guys, just hold on one second, because the answer is actually there. You just missed it. You don't have to give the criteria, but the point is, you're choosing to be celibate. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you're probably decided that you're gonna wait until you get married before you have relations. That in itself is a criteria, which means no man is gonna have access to you unless he's your husband. That's a criteria. So you actually answered the question.
No, I don't know. She didn't
Said she
answer.
doesn't
Hold on,
want
Ty.
marriage.
Hold on. Level up. Hold on.
Cannot speak for me. Don't
Level up.
nobody
Hold
can
on.
speak
Hold
for
on.
me
Hold on.
here,
Hold on.
okay?
These
Nobody-
women don't answer the question.
She's not a virgin, so how can she be a celibate?
Saga, I will drop your ass right now. You keep talking when they'll mute you. I will give you the mic back. Why do you do that, Saga? I will give you the mic now.
Do you want?
Hold on, level up. She didn't even answer the question.
No problem.
That's a simple question that women are supposed to answer. What is your criteria, or what do you require for a man to have access to your body? He should be married. No
have
man
to
should
be
sleep with you.
aligned. You have to
No,
be
hold
aligned.
on.
Let me
No
answer.
man should be able to have access to your body if he's not married to you in the first place. He should be married, and before you marry somebody, you have to vet him, probably date for a couple of 1 year or 6 months for you to know this person better. That is how it used to be back in the day. But women are giving them their body for free, for just Netflix and chill. And you're even having a baby for a man that is not your husband. The highest gift you can give to any man is giving that man a baby. Why are you giving men baby for free, popping up baby for free without commitment? I don't need to see your father. All I need to do is take you out to multiple, then I get you pregnant and get a baby out of you, and I abandon you at the end of the day. That's why most of these men are not marrying you, baby mamas. Your baby daddies don't even want to marry you. That's the reason why, because you already gave them baby for free. So why the hell are they going to take you serious? You don't get it. That's the problem you women have. Jesus Christ. Saga, you can go ahead.
Wait, Odi, I was supposed to ask a question. I've viewed it for multiple people on this live. Jesus Christ. Odi just cooked you. And level up. So level up, brother. You there?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
So there's the thing about we preach on this panel like 3 to 6 months, to get married. You saying something like maybe a year, 2 years or so?
I would say if you're dating with intent, right? You should be dating, and it takes at least studies have shown it takes a minimum of 24 months, which is 2 years. 2 to 3 years to really get to know each other, to see if you're compatible for marriage.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So you would agree that 2 to 3 year you've been talking about, that has already been in existence before 2025.
Yeah, I think people used to. The courting was very prevalent in the United States at one point. You had to court in order to marry a girl. You had to court her for quite some time. It was usually at least a year or 2 years, sometimes 3. You also had to show as a man that you had resources and that you were capable of taking care of her, and you had good intentions. And in some cases, in some communities, you had to come from a good family. You had to get the parents' permission. It all depends on the culture and what community you're from.
Okay, let me tell you in African culture.
Now here's my thought.
Hold on, sorry, Dick, my brother.
That
3 years is too much.
Hold up.
The Saga can go next. Land it.
Okay, so now level up. So that 2 to 3 years, right? That 2 to 3 years. What is the likely chance of that woman becoming a baby mama? It's very high.
If they're being irresponsible, yes.
Very high.
If they're being responsible and they're either waiting, or if they are sleeping together, they're using reliable birth control. So what happens is people get into situations and they stop taking precautions and they stop using protection, which is crazy to me. And then, like you said, the woman winds up pregnant, and then the dude is scratching his head. How did that happen? Well, you've been sleeping with her for months with no protection. That's how that happened. And then what happens was, for whatever, because of her belief system, she may not want to get an abortion, or which I don't believe in. I don't believe that, and or she may feel like in some cases, well, this is a way to get him to commit. It might be a warped sense of thing where she might think, well, if I have the baby, he's not going anywhere. But the truth is, like the host just said, a lot of these guys are impregnating you and then they're bouncing on you. They're not paying. You have to literally pull a firearm on some of these dudes to get them to help take care of their kids. It's really disgusting.
So this okay.
Yeah.
So this is
yeah. So you have to be socially responsible, which what that means you using distinction and discernment, and also using reliable birth control.
I think 6 months is a good time for someone to know if they're gonna make it together in life, and that way she could lock down the marriage early instead of risking 2-3 years being courted and getting a chance of getting pregnant. And at that point, when a woman gets pregnant without marriage, you've given the man the best value that he could think of, right? So what's the point in marrying that woman after that?
Okay.
So that's why I say.
Okay, one
That's
at a
why.
time.
My question to you is that, do you think you can get to know somebody in 6 months? Like really get to know somebody in 6 months?
Hold on. At least you will know.
Yes.
So hold on. If a man is truly into you, it's not going to take him 6 months or 1 year. At least max should be 1 year
Exactly.
before you decide marriage.
Exactly.
In Africa, we don't need to date you for 3 years or engage you for another 5 years.
3 years.
You now become the Lord of the Ring. That is, women don't have time. They have a biological time clock. We can't waste your time for 3 years.
Right.
So at least
You see what I'm saying?
6 months or 1 year maximum is good to know somebody.
Exactly. Because they got that biological clock level up.
Exactly.
You gotta remember that 3 years.
Because I've seen
They
couples.
They got a 20-year
Exactly.
window, man.
Because I've seen couples that dated for about almost 5 years, and the day they got married, they didn't even last. They still got a divorce. So it doesn't really matter the years and the time. At least 6 months. Get your fathers to help you vet this guy properly, or get people in your family to help you vet him properly. At least 1 year. At least his true color is going to show. But if you're already giving him baby before 6 months or 1 year, that's why most baby mama don't become wives. They don't. that's why. Okay, Saka, you can go ahead now. Colored also.
I don't know, so this was very interesting, right? So you know what, the baby mom culture really relates to like hip hop culture, and picking up bad influences. The BLK community seemed to pick up a lot of toxic bad behavior from different women. Like he talk about Zeus Network TV, he talk about American baddies and stuff. Majority of those American baddie contestants have multiple baby dads. So the interesting part is a lot of these men and women, right, youngers, right, the younger generation, they're picking up the early antics of how the community would support bad behavior. And I think the reason why to the prompts too is also bad behavior. Because a man could be a bad man, right? And he's giving up on and she's giving up on the first night. Go to Miami, Florida, maybe a couple shots of Hennessy, Instagram, meet at 9 o'clock, and they're sleeping with each other already. So also bad behavior and toxic behavior in the BLK community does play a part into this. Because if you look at majority of most influencers have babies out of wedlock. So as the guys, we can talk about King 6'8", he's got 8 baby mums. And we can talk about Duke Dennis, he's got multiple baby mums. So, those guys are degenerates, but for some reason those guys are looked at as, oh, we love this man, we care for this man, So I think also bad behavior and toxic behavior comes into the reason why a lot of modern day women are having babies out of wedlock. Because a lot of the BLK women and BLK men support bad behavior nowadays.
Well, I think it's the fact of being ignored. And that's the worst feeling a human being can
But
experience.
man, the red flags, right?
I know.
A lot of the red flags are green flags.
I know. What I'm saying is, I agree with you, but I'm trying to contextualize what some of that is as far as in the U.S. That we are kind of ignored. And so any attention is good attention in our eyes, and we have to stop thinking like that. And having a baby on a woman's end is a visual representation that somebody wanted her. A lot of times. And a man's representation of a baby is his legacy. That is the representation that and that's just low value, low volume, or low value thinking. We have boiled down being the baby mama, baby daddy culture to that type of mind frame. Somebody wanted me. See, I got a baby. A man. See, women, I get girls. I get women. See the babies I make? See, that's how good I am. It's really boiled down to that. And we have to come above that. And we just have to do better. So I agree.
Well, unfortunately, what you said is, it really is low value thinking, because I want to really ask this to the women on the panel, like, just because I often hear it being reiterated, even by certain men too, who are generally honest with themselves and with other women around them. But to women in question, do you guys find that a man can like dislike you or even hate your guts and still engage in sex with you?
Yep.
God bless you. It's like, I don't know why it is certain women can't wrap their minds around such a what do you call it, rationality. Like, men have said it time and time again. They have reiterated it, and so have women. A man can have strong dislike and hatred towards you and still want to engage in sex with you.
So I will say this
I agree with that.
to the conversation. Like Mike Tyson once said, like everybody has a plan till you get punched in the face. And what I heard from you guys, like, you know, I kind of agree with a lot of the stuff when it comes to why are single mothers, why are single women being, you know, mothers nowadays. Thing is this: when you're actually in a relationship, a guy can say whatever the heck he wants. You know, when you're actually having sex, a lot of them just like they don't care. They just start like shooting their shots, you know, inside. And a lot of women know this too. A lot of women know they're not supposed to have a baby by a man that they know they don't like him, but you know that he can make that amygdala reset everything in your brain, and you are gonna forget everything that you know for a split second, or in that relationship. And eventually, a lot of women do forget everything that they know, forget everything that they learned, and they think, you know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm actually gonna trap this guy with a baby, and they do it, and they try.
But
So
you know what?
I would say this. I mean, from theory is you know it's good, but the practice a lot of the times is where people fail.
But you want to know something, Alpha, to your point, when you talk about having babies with women, or sorry, with men who they know that they don't like, until you never did experience this, right? As a woman, once you experience something growing in your stomach, that is life. Most women tend to connect with their baby, and it's nothing about the man at that point. So when I hear these men say things about she's only didn't get rid of the baby so that she could trap the man, women, when we have life in our stomachs, at that point, it's not even about the man. And so it takes a certain type of a woman who can abort life out of her stomach. Now, I'm not here to judge the ones that do either. Let's be very clear. However, it's more difficult for a woman to be able to want to get rid of something that her body is carrying, such as life. So when you men speak on it in the way that you do, it's because that is experience that you could never understand, right? So perhaps a lot of these baby moms are mothers because of that point. We can't talk about well, we can talk about it, but what should have happened, how it should have been, how it could have been. I think women now are just on what it is. And shouts out to the mothers who are mothers without fathers, and shouts out to the fathers who are such phenomenal men that they can step into a woman's life with a child and become a father to that fatherless child. I think it takes a phenomenal man to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So again, I think even how we're listening to some of the rhetoric when we talk about, oh, a single mom shouldn't be able to get married. I think that right there stops a lot of marriages right there. Because for a man, and I'll land here, because if a man runs into a woman and that woman is a phenomenal woman and he doesn't know of her child yet, listening to some of the conversations that I hear online, once they hear that conversation, no matter how great of a woman that woman may be, no matter how phenomenal that woman is, that kid will stop him from marrying her based off of the rhetoric that he's heard around that.
Okay,
Now you
listen.
contradicted yourself.
Saga, hold
Let
on.
me land,
Saga, hold
please.
on. Okay, land your plane. I want to ask you. I want you to say something. Okay.
And so for me, I really do think that although I know this is all for conversation purposes, right? I do think people should just learn how to mind their business and let people love the way that they want to love, with children, without children, or whatever. The greater good in all of this is that a child is born. And I don't think that we should start taking that away from mothers who decided to keep their children.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I
Okay,
think that's
you made a good
Man, you
point. Hold on,
contradict
hold on,
yourself.
Saga. Hold on.
Do you know why you contradict
Hold
yourself?
on,
Because I asked you that question
Saga.
earlier.
This is the problem. I'm telling you to hold on. You
Well,
don't
you
want to
did.
listen.
You did ask me
Claudette,
that,
hold on.
but
Okay,
I
let me
just
say
didn't
something to you
ask
quickly.
you because
Okay, listen. Let me say something to you quickly. All right. You single mother coming back to the dating market with 2 or 1 child. There's a lot of women in the dating market without children. And if the men in the dating market are not picking you because you're a baby mama, now you want to cry. Oh, is it because I'm a single mom? And that's why you don't want to date me. I've seen women literally put up a video. I was dating this guy, I really like him. The moment he found out I'm a single mom and I really liked him, and he said he can't deal with me because I have a child. Is it because why are you shaming single mom? Do you want to blame the guy? That's his preference. He doesn't want you, a woman with children. Women will come online. So you want the men to accept you. That is the sign that you couldn't even vet properly. You allowed a boyfriend come into your life and get you pregnant and abandon you. Where is your baby daddy? Why didn't you marry your baby daddy? Why can't you reconcile with him and marry your baby daddy? Because he was the first man you had a covenant with in the first place. So men, they
Maybe the
did.
baby
Hold on,
daddy
let me
doesn't like
finish. Why did you sleep with him if he doesn't like you? That's the problem. You want men to feel sorry for you to marry because you have 1 child. The dating market doesn't give a shit about you. Men are going to do what they want to do. You men want men to feel sorry for you. Oh, it was my past. Yes, we fucking care about your past. Most men don't want women with children. Some men do. If you find the men that do, fine. But the ones that don't want it, you come out to social. Now women have the guts to come out to social media and say, "I'm a single mother of 3. Before you can date me, you need to have a minivan. If you can't take care of me and my kid," they have the guts because men have become so weak today. Simple as motherfucking men. So don't come out here feeling sorry and crying and force men to marry you because you're a single mom. If you can't keep your legs closed and wait till marriage, listen. Marriage is a huge investment for men. Before a man would think about marrying you, he's thinking about the future. He's thinking about investing. He's thinking about buying a house, paying for it. He's thinking about a huge thing before. So so why do I don't even have to think about that. I just need to put a baby in you. So most men will run away from you if you talk about marriage or come see my father before I can sleep with you. That is how you chase out the guys that are not really serious or not really ready to go long term with you. But you women are so dumb because you are in love, because he's tall, he's handsome. Then you go do Netflix and chill and then you get pregnant. Now you want another man to come and carry your extra baggage? Men that do it, I give them thumbs up. Okay? So don't tell men.
Oh, yeah, we go after Sarge.
Okay, don't tell men what to do. Don't let men feel sorry for you. Keep your legs closed and keep your sexual purity so that when the right man comes, he's going to marry you. And before you even started having problems, you already have 2, 3 kids. You guys are already building together. But no, you want to be out in the streets so fast and have a whole face. And you want men to feel sorry for you because you're a single mother. I hate that shit. There was one I dated the other time. Is it because I'm a single mom? You don't want to see me again? Because I'm a single mom? I don't want to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. Let me feel. It's not about this. It's not about this.
Sarge has to go.
Hold on. Let Sarge go, okay? The dating market doesn't really.
And I'm going after him.
One at a time. Saga, go ahead.
Right, you contradicted yourself because I asked you the question earlier and you didn't want to answer it. So you're saying
I knew he was going to go there.
Another man should pay another man's seed. No. Look at this. So this is what I said. Some of you BLK women are bad mothers because you would allow your son to bring home another family that's already been made by another man who's in prison. A lot of you black women who have children shouldn't you have children because if you have that mindset of allowing your son and daughter to play stepfather role or be with someone that's got multiple baby moms, that means you are the problem. And that's what it seems to be. The older BLK woman and man are the problem nowadays because they will allow that. They will allow the baby mom culture and they will allow it all the time.
You done? You done? You done? Okay.
It'll take me just 1 second to respond to him, okay? Here's the thing, 300, the 300, I didn't contradict anything. I declined your question. I declined to answer it, right? So you can't say that I contradicted you, and I'll land there.
Okay, let me tell you why he said he contradicted you.
Oh,
Because I think
I'm very aware of it, Dig. I don't need to.
Okay, so what did you say that made him say you
I him
contradicted?
very well.
So I want to know, what did you say that made him think you contradicted yourself?
When I spoke about congratulations to all the men who are able to.
So instead of being rude to me, you just told the truth. You contradicted yourself. You contradicted yourself. I'm loving this.
Okay, what if you contradicted yourself? Now we're like,
I have a question because this is something.
trying to go against
something that I need to start. Listen.
Then let's move on.
Listen,
Let's move on.
I say because I do have the same issue. Sorry, listen. I do not.
Listen, Dig. Now, if you really wanted to shut.
So, Miss Claudette, I do have.
I also talk a lot of
shit
shit to the men who go out and and end up with a baby mama, with a woman with kids, because I personally will not do that. I don't see myself raising somebody else's. Please hold up. Yeah, please, let me finish. I personally don't see myself doing that. However, when I see a man doing it, I'm kind of like, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to have the patience.
As long as you're not doing it, that's all that matters. As long as you're not doing it, that's all that matters. As long as you're personally not doing it, it doesn't really matter.
That's the reason that made me celebrate the two, because of everything that you do it.
Now, okay, Claudette, Miss Claudette, this is my thing. To what you said, I agree with what you said. But to draw it back to the question that OD said about who would you advise more, knowing that society is messed up, so to be proactive, who would you advise more? And you're kind of answered that. I never said that's what I'm saying. I know. That's why I said let me draw it back, because I agree with what you're saying about how being a mother is very, very sacred, and it's a lot of risk. It's everything. It's monumental. So I wanted to repose the question again, since you elaborated on some of the things of being a mother and how serious it is. Would you teach or educate the woman more so than the boy, because of how much it's in our hands, than the man?
Well, because I'm a mother of both,
right,
and boy, I educated both of them. All of my children understand that it's equal. The child is not one sole responsibility. However, the gift that I also have to give my daughter is to make her aware that men sometimes can just walk away. So you still have to be able to make the decision. Are you ready to be a mother with or without a man? And after that conversation, her wisdom and her maturity will make her grow into who she is as a woman to make her own decisions. And me as a grandmother, regardless of how it would be, she's going to be okay.
Okay. Because I would advise the girl more so, because of the state we're in. I would advise the girl more so the man, because she's stuck holding it. Like you said, regardless, it's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And how your life changed, it will never go back the same. And how it's such, it's so much risk, and it's so many benefits, but it's a beautiful tragedy.
I want to add on to that as well. I want to add on to that as well. If I was,
hold on, Bistrella. I wouldn't look at it as a tragedy, because I don't think that having a child either way, be a tragedy. That's a blessing within itself. Because the bottom line is when you're not here, your legacy as a woman will still live on as well because they will always say who your mother was. So you will always be here as well through your child. I don't think it's only towards a man's legacy either. I think I heard something on the panel here. See, I'm for equality, right? I just believe that it's man and woman. I don't believe it's one's responsibility over the other, which is the reason why I also incorporated the ideal that I would at least let my daughter understand, should he leave, you're still going to have to be a mother. Don't depend on him. And if he's there, that's an extra gift for you. If not, baby, you got a family. We gonna make this work.
And it's not equality.
I wanted to add on to Paula.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. For that point, if we are trying to talk to the women or ourselves as women, I would definitely tell the women to be selfish and very, very selfish with their wombs. Like, be selfish with your womb. That's yours. Like, be selfish.
That's fair too, bro.
Yeah, be selfish. Be selfish with your womb. So,
but here's this too, Bestrella. When I hear women speak like that, what do you do when you need your offspring to be there for you in a time, should something happen, that you're not able to be there for yourself? That's the importance.
I'm saying, like, no, if you want to do that, I don't have a problem with anybody doing what they want to do. Of course, you can do what you want to do, but because you guys have said now that who is going to be at more risk, who is going to suffer more, Okay, the women, all right now. So I'm talking to the women, and I'm saying, be selfish, very, very selfish with your host. That's all.
I hear you say, and I agree, be a little more mindful with your womb. I would have to agree with that. I don't think that it's a suffrage because you have
too cold, brother.
Okay.
I said they can do what I said a woman should do what they want to do. If they want to have children, they can have children. If they want to have children, they can have children. Everybody should do what they want to do. That's okay. You have freedom of choice. However, I'm saying
understand the risk.
Yeah, I'm saying be selfish. Be selfish with your wombs. Don't give it out anyhow. Be selfish. Lock that lock and throw it away.
All right. So you said well, someone said equality. Okay. I have a couple of things I want to say. Equality. Is it equality for a guy who doesn't have children to accept a woman who already has children into his household? That's not equality. He didn't make that child with that woman. This is why I keep saying.
D, I have a question
Can I listen? I've heard y'all talk. I've heard y'all talk, Claudette. I've heard y'all talk. Now it's my turn to speak.
Because if I'm not mistaken,
hold on. Because I don't want to lose my train of thought. Okay. So that's not equality for a single guy without no children to accept a woman who's already made kids with another man into his household, into his home. It's not equality. This is why I keep saying to single mothers out there, if you want to have a shot, if you want to increase your chances of getting with a man like that, let me tell you something. What we men look at is like, when we look at you with your kids, and you have your kids, and you meet a new man, do you all know what single men are thinking who don't have children? I'm thinking to myself like, okay, it didn't work out with her last husband, and now she took all the kids from that man, and now she's trying to bring that kids towards me to be the stepfather. And I'm going to be thinking to myself, what if I give her kids? She's going to do the same thing to me like she did the last guy. So, right there, that's a red flag. Because I'm the probably type of guy saying, you know what? If I have a kid with you, where are you taking my kids to? No. You're not taking my kids anywhere. Nobody's going to be a stepfather. Hold on. Listen, can I speak? Nobody's going to be a stepfather to my kids. You see, you all don't look at it from how the man looks at that stuff, right? And this is why I keep trying to tell y'all, if you want to increase your chance, OD, okay, you could drop her. She did that on purpose. Drop Claudette. Drop her.
All right, Claudia, you've
She
been
did it
dropped.
on
You've
purpose.
been dropped. You've been dropped
She did
with
it on
one guy.
purpose.
You've been dropped. You've been dropped with one galaxy. Give that galaxy stuff with me. You've been dropped with one galaxy. You're gonna stay down there for 1 hour. All right, let's keep it going.
Wow.
Okay.
Dick has galaxies?
So let me finish my point. Okay? So I'm about to land. This is why I keep saying, if you want to increase, if you're a single mother and you have children, you want to increase your chance in locking a guy down who doesn't have children, who's already well established, and this man is able to provide for a family. Give your kids back to the baby daddy. Let the baby daddy raise his kids, and go start yourself a life with the new man you're with. Okay? Just do that. And you see you have a more likely chance of locking a man a second chance at it again. And don't F it up this time. What part of that don't you all understand?
Okay, so I like that advice. That's semi decent advice. But I want to ask this, I want to pose this inquiry to the men of the panel. Do you find it's equal or it's fair for a man who has children to be with a woman who doesn't have any children? Or do you find that a man who has kids should be entitled to a woman without children or kids?
Well, I mean, you women are kind of stupid for getting a guy with kids, anyways. A lot of
I mean, I agree with that.
kids.
I agree with
So,
that statement. No funny.
It's down to the women, because women choose at the end of the day, right? They got options.
It's true. Yes, but I'm just saying. Sorry. Okay.
Here's what I will say to that.
Okay.
Once you become a parent, the responsibility, that your focus should be start being you. The focus is not you anymore. You're not the important person in life. It is your children. So if you're a man who has children, you need to look at the risk of bringing your children with another woman. If you don't know, one women are very jealous, and they don't like to share. And the evil stepmother, is the image that we have of the stepmother is there for a reason. So I mean, woman and men, if you guys have children and you have your children with you, you need to freaking forget about dating. You need to forget about all that crap, and you need to put all of your attention and all of your efforts into your children. Because if you're somebody that is willing to leave your kids for another person, then you're a shitty person. You don't deserve to be a parent. You don't deserve to have those children. You need to be castrated, to be honest, because you have already proven that you don't really give a fuck about your children, because you're willing to change them for either Kitty or the ICK. So that's how I feel. Like, people that have children and are actively trying to date are just people who ain't worth shit. So you had your children. You have to take care of your children now.
So
you fucked up. Deal with your mistakes.
So Alpha, let me ask you a question, right? So do you currently have a family structure of your own, or are you
Yes.
So okay, as a father, right? What are you gonna teach your sons and daughters in the future in life when it comes to these type of situations? What are you gonna tell them?
I will tell you this. I was trying to answer that question that you asked Ms. Claudette earlier. Hold on a minute. If my daughter comes home with a man that is 20 years older than she is, I will feel like I have failed as a parent. If my son comes to me with a woman that has like 2 or 3 different baby daddies, I will feel that as a parent, I have already failed. Because once they make the decision that they want to be with that person, I don't think there is anything I can say or do to stop them from. I can probably unalive the man that comes with my daughter, or I can do something about that one. But my son already has those dispositions. He will make those decisions. There is nothing I can do to stop it. At that point, I have already failed, and I don't think there is much I can do about it. So what you gotta do is you gotta start them, you gotta talk to them, when they're young, when they're learning, because once they're old and once they're ready to do to go on with their lives, there's really nothing you can do, except accept the fact that you fail as a parent, if any of your children do any of these things.
Well spoken, well articulated, Alpha. It was a level of, because ironically enough, Dig kept quiet. Sarga answered me and Alpha answered me, but level up and Dig didn't answer me. I mean, would you find that a man with children is entitled to a single woman?
No, a man with children, is not entitled to a single. I mean, come on now, we can't be entitled, but I don't think if you're a single woman. Well, okay, let me ask you this: what age is a single woman?
I mean, truth be so, single women can vary from any age.
Okay, if she's a single woman, and she's in her 20s, I don't think she should be trying to get with a man who already has kids.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay. I think either or. I don't think we should guilt trip people because of decisions we made. They should just deal with it because what we want in the outcome. So if you're a single parent and you are horning in on people that don't have children and you're guilt tripping them to date you, I don't agree with that.
And
respect. But there's some people who date. Cause the thing is, that I noticed that I agree that the majority. Well, I don't know the majority, but I have encountered single men who have willingly, publicized and vocalized that they would date, women with children.
My husband's one of them. I was a single mother, and he dated me. He has no children.
You see?
So, but my thing is, when I got with him, I told him, I said, "You sure? Because this is a ready-made family. I only have one kid, but still, I was like, you sure you want to do this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I love you. If you more than just, you deserve. You got qualities that I want in a wife. So that's what." And I said, "Okay, cool." Because I didn't agree with, because if my son, like you said, I said no. I would be like, "You 19. That's a big responsibility. Although it's admirable, son, I wouldn't suggest you to do."
Is there somebody that wants to drop from the panel?
I'll drop some.
All
Okay,
right,
go
Lily,
ahead,
can you
Lily.
drop,
You haven't spoken anything.
oh.
Lily need to speak. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I just want to say it's Christmas in a bit, and you all should have fun. But on the topic, actually, to answer you, Sarah, the truth of the matter is that there is a higher chance. The reality is that there's a higher chance of a man with children getting married to a lady without kids if he understands that lady. Because there's some women who are naturally motherly. Like if you marry someone that's like a teacher or someone that is like most likely a nurse, it might work. But then, like Alpha said, the issue of stepmotherism might come in when they have their own kids, competition, and all that kind of stuff. And on the single dad getting with single women, it's a bit dicey. But if there's a connection with the children already, if the children, and it depends on the age, really, it depends on the age of the kids. If the kids are not very, because if they're for boys, I always say this for boys. Boys are very protective of their moms, and they get to a certain age whereby no man might be good enough for them. If the guy can get I think, semi-approval of the kids, it might work. But I don't really think it's fair in general for single men to get with with women with children already, and vice versa.
Unfortunately, what she said is true because I have noticed that there are more or like single women would get with the men with children as opposed to the opposite or vice versa. As opposed to well, I don't really know of the stats, truth be told, but I have encountered there are certain men who have good intentions towards women with kids, and there are certain men who don't, and vice versa. There are certain men with kids who have good intentions towards single women, and there are certain single women who have good intentions towards there's certain single women who don't want to have kids of their own, so they wouldn't mind being with a man who already has an established family. They would just take care of the kids as her own. Like I personally know a woman who is my building who I guess I don't know if it was medical, but she couldn't have kids. And she was, because she loves children, she's a teacher, she was willing to, find a man with kids to, look after as her own.
And now, childbearing has been a lot of women are now scared of having children. A lot of fear has been put into them because now they're looking at children as uncontrollable. They're looking at, you need to hear a lot of single women talk about, I've heard ladies say, "Oh, I'd rather adopt. I don't want to," and some people don't want to spoil their figure. So there's so I think a lot of single ladies don't really mind getting with men. Like there's so many of them who don't want to have kids, so it's not really a problem like that. But on the other hand, it's a bit complex because I've said it here. I know a guy who the sons beat up because he was talking. Him and his wife got into an argument, and the sons of the woman jumped him, and that was his teeth was out. That was not a pleasant sight. But either ways, it is what it is. So
Yeah. Oh, how about
Depending
you?
by situation.
What are you giving me for Christmas? Nobody's in a Christmas mood here. I'm trying to break you all in a Christmas.
Oh, I've long been out of the Christmas mood for the past, I want to say, almost decade now.
Okay.
So,
All right, let me go find my crown then.
okay. Happy holidays to you and thanks for joining the panel.
Okay,
But to this prompt, I really wish there were
I want to make a
single moms
request.
who would be on this panel.
Sorry,
to
hold on.
answer.
Let me make a request with OD. OD, are you there?
What's the problem? Go ahead.
Dad, send your request back up. I know the 1 hour is not up yet. Oh.
Yeah, but I just don't like the whole guilt trip thing. Like, you should date me. What's wrong with dating me with a kid? It's like, honey, it happens. Man,
that's a kind of embarrassing thing for a woman with to do
Send your
that.
request up. I'm canceling my
You
drop.
know, because my game travels, honey. I don't, whether I got a kid or not, I'm a hell of a woman.
The thing is, you're not so like quote unquote trauma dump, but my parents passed away years ago, and so I am the firstborn. I'm the eldest with a younger brother who's not verbal autistic. So God bless. So the thing is that I've always been advised and counseled by certain men that both myself.
She didn't take it, so she could stay down there for 1 hour.
Right. Both myself and my younger brother are sort of seen as a package deal. And basically, I've had men advise and counsel me that if a man isn't willing to accept my brother, then I shouldn't, date him. No matter the his insistence, no matter the persistence, I shouldn't, I guess give in or divulge, give in to his advances. But unfortunately speaking, what you're saying, color is a reality that we do have to, I guess, come to terms with and swallow it. It's true. But I really do wish, because when OT had this prompt up, I'm not gonna lie, this prompt has been a curiosity of mine, despite the fact it's none of my business. I really wish there were a lot of single moms on the panel to answer this question, because I am really curious as to why there are so many single women, despite their predecessors telling them, because the thing is, these women who are having children, I'm probably sure their mom was the same way or their grandmother was the same. I'm probably sure they've encountered their peers who are single moms. I'm just so curious as to why they would want that like them for themselves.
Well, I didn't even come from that. I had a 2-parent household. I didn't come from that.
Then how did you end up a single mom then?
But
life happened.
I wrote a song about it. You want to hear it? Here it goes.
Did you get married first, or you divorced?
Well, okay. So here's the thing. See, let me tell you my song. Let me sing it. So
no, I don't want to hear the song, man. I just want you to answer my question.
I'm just playing.
Level.
No, I'm not trying to be rude. I just want you to answer the question. I don't want to hear the song. No disrespect.
No. I was just playing. I'm saying I'm here to answer it. So I was married for 8 years. Tried to get pregnant, everything, all that. Blah, blah, blah. As soon as I got a divorce, I got pregnant, and I was on Plan B and birth control. So I got pregnant, became a single mother as a divorcee. So that's what happened. And it wasn't with the guy I was married, just to cap that in. So yes, it was poor decision making. I was in a depressed state and just being reckless. I can't say that, and that's how that happened.
My apologies that you put in. Well,
when it comes to dating, I mean, I think, look, this is uncomfortable for people to hear. It doesn't mean that because you're a single mom or if you're a single dad that you don't deserve anybody. It just means you're dating. It just means your dating market value is not the same as people who don't have kids. So ideally, what I would recommend for people who have children, whether you're a man or a woman, if you're a woman with children, you should seek out men that have kids, because they're going to understand your plight, especially if they're single dads. If they're raising the kids alone, they're going to understand that, that there are childcare issues and that sometimes you may not be able to hang out on certain days because you can't get a babysitter last minute. But, as far as regular men go, if a guy is doing well in society and he doesn't have kids, if he has to choose between women with children and women without, that's an easy choice. He's going to choose the women that don't have children, because most men, I'm not going to say most men, but a lot of men don't want to deal with kids that are not theirs, because if the relationship becomes serious, they're providing resources for children that will never bear their last name or never carry their bloodline. And as soon as they get older or something happens, the first thing they're going to say is, "You're not my daddy." So for a lot of guys, it's just not worth it. There's some dudes out there that want to be stepdads, but more and more men are realizing, the ones that don't have children, that it's just not worth the hassle of getting involved seriously with women that have kids, because you have to deal with their kids and their ex.
And to Level Up's point, being a single, just speaking on the end of being that, he is right. And that's the part a lot of single mothers do not talk about, is the fleshing out point, the phase of trying to cultivate a compound family. It is very difficult. Sometimes the kids don't even receive. It takes a while for the kids to adjust. So you have to go through that growing pains. You have to establish a camaraderie with between the men, as being a single parent. My situation was a little bit different because my child's father don't want to be involved. So it made it a little bit more easier, per se, but it still is a lot of intricate things because you constantly got to keep your kid as the focus. Even though that you have a partner, you have to constantly walk between the raindrops, accommodating both parties to make them feel seen and heard. It is a difficult task.
This is a serious question. Like, why are modern women having babies without marriage? This is really serious. I wish there were single moms on this panel so we can ask the question towards.
Yeah.
Mima, say hi to the panel. Say hi.
Yeah, I said the
Wait,
same thing.
are there no
earlier.
single mothers in the panel right now?
No, there's
I don't
no.
believe it.
She was a single mother before, but she's married now.
Yeah, Karen is married, exactly.
Yeah, but like
Karen
I
is
think
married.
it would have been best to hear from the actual people that are being
Right.
yeah,
God
talked
bless.
about.
It would have been best. It would.
Yeah, it would have been really amazing, honestly, to hear from.
Likewise, it would have been amazing. I really want to hear.
Odie, it's Odie on the panel. Odie, don't you ever say that cooking is very easy because I just finished cooking right now. My back is.
You are very lazy. Shut up. What?
I'm suffering. I'm tired of cooking.
And the thing is that I noticed that you.
Wait, OD, can I ask you a general question?
They don't know what it means, babe. So
Your mic has
because women
a
work
lot of
and come
echo.
back to cooking clean.
Like,
Baby daddies. Are there any baby daddies in the panel?
Story
You
with
say
Noob
what?
is the single mother.
Wait. Are there single mothers?
Sorry, I didn't.
Are there any men who are not currently living with their kids
Odie is a single dad. So
in the panel?
I'm the children. I'm the children.
Isn't your dig? Are you married?
Yes.
Oh, so you're married? You're married with children?
Oh, I don't have a child yet.
Oh, you don't have a child yet. So is it true that your wife was previously a wife before you or a mom before you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
And so you were a single man who dated a previous, I guess, divorcee or widow, whatever the case may be.
Divorcee, yeah.
Okay, so basically,
Child?
so what
Child.
The child, her ex-husband has full custody.
Wow. So well, you see the irony. You were a single man who was attracted to a woman with kids. So what attracted you to her?
Right.
Oh, no. You actually dig yourself a hole, bro. Oh my god.
No, I mean, how do you dig yourself a hole? I'm not saying that. But Saga, truth be told, if people claim they wouldn't date a woman with kids, they would though, Saga. Let's be real for real.
Are you guys done talking? Are you guys done talking? Okay. All right. So, yes, when I say men do not want to raise somebody else's kids, men, that's a very serious thing. When men say something about single mothers, it doesn't mean like we don't want to be with them, we can't date one. We just don't want to deal with the baggage that comes with it, raising another man's children. Whereby now that man probably has access to your house, he wants to come see his kids in your house. Okay? Now, before I met my wife, I was with other women. Okay? And I had women who didn't have children. And I had a woman who had children. So I looked at all my options out of the 4. I chose not to deal with the ones that don't have children because of what? They have bad attitudes. I could see them have this feminist mindset. Like the way this woman talk on this panel. I see that in them. Yes, I'll fuck them. But I knew I wasn't going to marry them because of that mindset. Despite the fact that they don't have any kids. Then there was one I was dating out here as well. I was dating all of them at the same time. She had kids. Right? But when you look at all their behaviors, I'm thinking to myself, which one is going to last long for the long term? And the Nigerian woman, Benin girl that I married, she was back home in Nigeria. She was already divorced before I met her, right? She already had children, but her husband has been raising the kids since their divorce. So, guess what? I don't have children in my house. Okay? She's not here. She's here, but I don't have her kids here with me. Her husband still raises her kids. This is why I keep telling y'all, if you're a single mother who has children, you got into a relationship, a marriage that went south, some men will consider it.
I think I understand something right now. Yesterday, I said a lot of men are actually obsessed with single moms, and I think actually a lot of guys love single moms. I think they just like to bash them for no reason.
That's not
But
what
I
I mean.
know, I know, I
That's
think,
not what I
I think
said,
that,
man.
I know that's not what you said. I know that's not what you said. But I'm saying the way, like all the time, single mom, single mom, single moms. I think there's an obsession with single moms. Like it's like they cannot get them off their minds. Like they're always in the topic of conversation. So I feel like men secretly love single moms, but they just
No,
I don't know.
Okay. In particular, who?
No,
Let me ask you a
hold on.
question.
Let
In
me
particular,
answer
who?
this because this is what I say all the time. They are made are their only options. That's it. They are angry that the only woman that they can get their hands into are women that already have children. They want the 20-year-old virgin, but the 20-year-old virgin doesn't like them, so they crash out like this.
For Dios te bendiga. His accent is so funny.
Wait, so Stella, right? Stella, what type of men do you think they're like single moms? Which type of men you talking?
The ones that always keep bashing them all the time. Like
Okay, so I would
like
say this: if I let me put myself in the place of a single mother. If I was a woman with no freaking income and a child to raise, I'll probably be trying to get me with a rich guy too. Because I mean, I have a child, I have a kid, I have to take care of it, and I'm a woman. My
Okay,
options
let me say
of
something
employment
quickly.
are very, very limited.
Hold
So,
on,
yeah.
let me say something, guys, quickly. Okay, listen. Some guys have their reason why they try to marry a single mom. For me, I will never marry a single mom, but there are some guys that have their reason why they marry her. Maybe because
Yes, you would.
hold on.
you never know.
Hell
You
no.
might fall in
I have
love.
never.
No,
Hold on.
no,
Let me
he will
finish.
never, and that's
Let
why
me finish. Let
he
me
will be
finish.
single
Let
forever.
me finish. Okay. Let me.
Your only options are women
Cabroni,
with children.
I'm having echo.
Stop
Let me
fighting
talk.
freaking reality.
Let me finish, okay? And then there are some guys that will do it, maybe during the method. There are some single mothers that are amazing. Maybe they just make the wrong choices. Yes, we know that. Maybe they are amazing. Maybe the man if you were married, they were married before they have the divorce. You don't know. Maybe the husband was a psychopath or was always putting the hand. And she.
That's
Well,
not what you guys have been saying.
hold
You
on,
guys
hold
have been
on.
bashing
Let
them.
me finish now. Why do you women do this all the time? I'm having echo because I'm multi-streaming. So there are some guys that will see you worthy to be a wife. Even if you have kids, they would rather stay with you. And there are some guys that it doesn't matter, even if you are the most nicest woman, they don't want to deal with that stuff. Okay, but me, I don't want to deal with a single mom if you have had kids before. That is my preference. That is my decision. Okay, and Alpha is right there saying that even Dick can get any woman that he wants. He has his reasons why he decided to pick that woman. Dick live in the States. Hold on. If he want to get a 25-year-old girl, he can get a 25-year-old girl in Nigeria here as he's going to marry. He can get it if he want to get it. Okay? But he decided, I don't know what he saw. He saw something different in that woman and he decided to be with that woman. Are we going to judge him for picking a woman? He saw something. That is his preference. All right? But me, of course, I'm not going to do it. But that's his preference. I have another guy that I'm talking to right now. Not right now. That married a single mom here in Nigeria. He told me that, listen, that the single mom already have kids for him. They already have 2 more kids. But he loved the single mom. The child she had for another man, he said he loved that child more than anything. He take care of that child like his own. Like, you don't see the way the woman is. It takes a woman to become a single mom to realize their mistakes. You learn the hard way. There's some women out there after being a single mom, they now realize that, wow, I think I've learned from my mistake. So when they meet the next man, they might give you the Prince Akim treatment. They might treat you like a king. And you'd be like, wow, all these single men out there treating me, this single mom is amazing. Look at the way she treats me. Most guys would take her. And the guy that I'm talking to told me that she treats him like a king. She respects him. And he loved that woman to death. Like he's going to take care of that woman's baby. Even more than his own kids. So they are made with different reasons. Okay, but for me, no, I'm not going to take it. The man would take it. It depends of, I don't know, except that single mom did something to me. I don't know what she's going to do to me. Or except she give me the Prince Akim treatment. I'll be like, okay, she got to be exceptional before I can even consider it, okay? So, and we're not saying all single mom are bad. It is the one that come up here and still talk trashy and say that, well, if a man doesn't have this, I don't want it, you're a fucking single mom. Who wants you? Fuck you. Those are the women. Those are the women who talk down. And the lady that just came up here, she was a single mom and she remarried again, and she was telling her story, and we had to talk to her and say, well, you realize your mistake, you move on. And Claudette was right there trying to talk down on that woman. Is she not a single mom? Look at the way she spoke on the panel. She realized her mistake. It takes for you to be a single mother for your eyes to be open to realize, well, this dating market is rough. I need to act better, go for help, and be a better woman so I can get another man. Single mothers act more to get a man than a single lady. They have to do.
That's
Oh,
not
yes,
true. You guys
yes.
you guys keep saying that they're all useless. You guys always say they're useless.
Stella, let's be real, that's not true.
That's not what we say.
You know, wait, hold on. Let me add another theory, right? Another theory is, yeah, a lot of them avoid homelessness. Like, if you notice, right, a lot of these BLK men who are childless but who are financially not really stable.
Homosexuals, yeah?
No. They tend to be single mothers, bro, because they can get in a household, they can contribute to the bills, but they don't have to pay all the bills because the single mothers are only paying the bills. So, I mean, a lot of single mothers don't know this, but a lot of guys are basically using them just to avoid them paying rent. It's true. No, they don't know. No, they don't know. So wait, hold on. If they hold on, no, wait. If they knew, right, why are they trying to take on guys who have no children, who are trying to manipulate and line their ears? Why is that?
Because they're delusional.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Would it not be better for you lot to get with a guy that's already got kids, that's already had the same experience playing field, rather than a guy who's an inexperienced linebacker? As an example.
Let me articulate the delusion. The reason why women don't want to do that is because they know that they have to deal with a woman in the relationship with the man and the woman and the children. They don't want to do that. They're selfish like that. They want them to be the only one having a kid and dealing with the man that's single. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying there. So why is it nowadays? Well, why is it nowadays that the man has to pay everything, but you would rather be with a guy that has no children but you still pay the bills? I find that strange, isn't it? A lot of women will say, oh, if the guy's gonna come to me as my dual package, right? He's gonna have to pay all the bills, and he's got children. But the guy with no children, right?
Hold on, Saj. Let me just ask something real quick. OD, can you give Claudette my box? I'm gonna drop.
Oh,
later. I'm gonna drop.
Give Claudette my box.
Having me.
Carla, is that your husband?
Yeah, that's my husband.
You guys
Claudette, you can take my box. I'm gonna drop.
She might
happy, yes, beautiful couple. Lovely couple.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wishing you guys the best reunion.
I was waiting to hear the single mother's question.
Oh, hold on. Wait, let me finish my point quickly, right? So if that's the case, why would a single mother would want to get with a guy that has no children, but he's more likely to take advantage, rather with the guy that's got children? That's not really going to take advantage because he's also got children as well. No, I'm saying, what I'm saying is, right, I said to Carla, right?
A bad mind.
No, hold on.
No, I get what you're saying, sorry.
If you heard what I said to Carla, right? I said to her, nowadays, most men who want to be single mothers are trying to avoid homelessness and are trying to avoid not paying too much rent. It's just a theory that I've gathered up because a lot of them were easily going to get comfortable and they're going to get like king treatment automatically. But what I'm saying is, why would you get with someone, right, who hasn't got no kids, who hasn't got no experience, but he's more likely to take advantage of you, whereas the other guy's got multiple babe moms and he can't really take advantage of you because he's got other babe moms to worry about.
You know, he's got to take care of other G's. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
So
that don't
that's
make
what I
no
was saying.
damn sense.
How does it not make no sense?
And everybody and every man don't think the
how,
way that you think to even.
Woman.
Everybody doesn't have the
how
mind
does
to
it
go
not
to
make
take
sense?
advantage of another person, which is a terrible thing to do in the
But
first
they
place.
do that anyways, man. Man, a lot of them do avoid homelessness. That's why they'll date a single
Okay,
mom.
so stop. So I get what you're saying. What it's not most men. There are some.
Let's be real.
And the demographic the demographic that you're talking about is low volume people, just low vibration people. Okay, so the men that does that.
That's very high, man.
So the men that do that and the women that gets involved with that. Here's a variable of things. I'm just going to fire rapid. One, subconsciously they have low self-esteem. So that's the baseline. Two, they don't want to deal with another family. They like this hard enough dealing with their own. So they don't want to deal with another family. Two, they don't want to deal with the woman because that's the whole competition thing. We don't want to be bothered with that. Three, you can control the man. Subconsciously, they can't control themselves, so they will control a man. Either way, they've been indoctrinated to do so, or just trauma-wise, they develop that. So I'm just speaking for that type of mind frame of people, and that's what it is. People that have higher self-esteem, do the self-work, go to counseling, whatever, pick better mates.
I think it's a lot easier said than done. I think people are delusional to think that they are going to find the right partner, the one that checks all the boxes, and the longer you wait, the more you gotta get to the idea that a lot of those boxes are gonna disappear. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to find the person for you. You want it. The longer you wait, the more you're gonna have to compromise for that, to get a partner.
Wait, Arthur, you mean your 40s, right? Still wants to be a woman that has no children, but you're in your late 40s, like is it time to settle down with a single mom when you get to your late 40s? Like we're talking late 40s, like we're talking like 49, 48.
I'm talking 22.
You're talking what?
I'm talking 22, 33, 34, 35. Dude, if you're not married by then, you can just forget about, checking all your boxes. You're going to have to give up a lot of your boxes. The longer you wait, the more boxes
That's
you're
not
going
true either. As bad as y'all want it to be, that's not true either. Why do y'all? That sounds crazy to me.
Because listen, here is the thing. There is commitment and submission are two traits that are very, very rare. Most men don't commit. A lot of women don't submit. The men that are ready to commit already, did it when they were younger.
Alpha, you are full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about, okay?
By the time but the longer you wait, the pool of men that are
listen, Alpha, you haven't been in the dating game for a long time.
Gonna be very,
you are
very
just
low.
full of shit. You talk a lot of
There's
bullshit.
too many people in this world for you not to be able to get the person that you want.
Exactly.
And that's just it at the end of the day. So.
Well, I hear that argument from a lot of the men who say I can get a 20-year-old virgin, and I tell them that. And they crash out and they say that I'm lying. That why do I have this? Why do I always want to tag down on them? I'm like, no. Like I get into it with Dick a lot over this when I say that men, even when they get the money, they're still not gonna get that woman that they want. And they argue with me and they say, well, Dick just said it himself.
What type of?
He can get whatever woman he wants, but when he came and he told us, by his mouth, he told us who their options were. He didn't have none of the options that he had was the option that he always fantasized.
Who told you? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about you guys, all of you guys.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean options? What are you talking about?
Odi, you know how you always say that you can have a 20-year-old virgin if you want to, and I always say, where is she?
Do you know how? Hold on. I think I'm having feedback.
And Alex, I know.
Cabroni,
I know you will never get it.
If you cannot attract women, then shut the hell up. If I can attract women, why are you jealous that I can attract 20-year-old, 21, 19? Why are you mad about that?
Jealous.
So go and stay with your wife.
I'm telling you that you are full of shit.
You cannot attract a 20-year-old lie. You lying at.
Hold on. The girl. Sorry, Kukuli with the shut up.
Because I'm telling you the truth.
Cabroni. When I come up and
hold
on, when I come up and show,
the man that you
hold
want,
on, shut up. You're just jealous because you saw a model in my house, a 23-year-old top model in my house and on my bed, and you are mad about you since you saw that video. You're mad. So if I can attract those type of women, why are you mad? Are you okay? Do you know the type of women I deal with? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why are you so jealous? You're married for over 4 years. Are you tired of your wife, Gucci?
Nobody knows.
But you saw it that day. You saw her pretty legs. So why are you mad? Ah, Jesus Christ. This guy.
She wasn't not 20-year-old virgin. She
How
was
did-
somebody your age.
November, you said you wanted to speak on the single mother part.
November, go ahead, please. This guy is full of shit. All this
Say
is full
again?
of shit.
Said you wanted to speak on the
Look at Andre, so did you pay
Well, I
that?
was waiting to hear the questions because I kept hearing a lot of people say, I wish there was single mothers in the panel so that I can ask the Miz. I wish it was so. I'm here.
Okay, what's the question?
I think Sarah was asking.
What's the question you want to ask
the
her?
prompt. Question on the prompt.
Oh, my apologies. I wasn't answering the question. Sorry, November. To the last prompt.
Yeah, to the last prompt about why do modern make baby mamas don't get married.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to that. It's true, and I wish there were single moms in the panel enough for them to answer the question.
Okay, I'm here. So what's the question is?
Oh, you're one of my apologies. So you're a single mom?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the panel. No, I'm just curious as to basically I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just curious as to even with the whole married before you carry, like was that something that you wanted for yourself? Did you see yourself being a single mom or just wanting to have a kid without being married?
No. I mean, think about this. I don't think any woman that has ever been pregnant by a man did not have intentions on being with this man, being married to him, and having a life with this person. Now, what you want and how it turns out is two different things.
Okay. Because I have encountered women who have literally said that they don't really care for men, like they just want the child. They don't really care to have a relationship with the man, but they want a child to take care of, to love. I have encountered women who have said that they just want a kid.
We just
sperm donor and
wanted to ask this question.
Because
how did you got there?
Unfortunately for me, I was with my baby father for 5.5 years, 4 children together, and my only mistake was thinking that you can change somebody. Thinking that, the more I keep showing him that I'm a good woman, I can do this, I'm supporting him, providing, doing this, that, and the third, and all he did, I was faithful to him our entire relationship.
Can you imagine?
He cheated on me our entire relationship.
Hold on. Let me ask you.
He was a trash ass.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on.
And I wanted to be with my baby father. I was in love with him. But there is no way in hell that I would ever sit up there and marry a man with horrible traits as a person.
You go, girl.
November, hold on. November, I think you've told me a story before, but the only mistake that you made, Sarah, you can see that I'm talking. Idiot, that's what lay, that's why. Sorry. Let me say, November, listen, okay? The only mistake you made, when you guys married, you guys didn't even get married. It was just your boyfriend. That's the only mistake. He got what he wanted out of you. He got baby out of you. So he didn't want to take you serious. He was just looking for an escape plan.
He wanted to marry me.
So what happened?
I'm the one that refused. Why the fuck would I, after all the time that I invested trying to stick with the relationship, trying to make the shit work, and he just made a choice to not be a better man.
Okay.
Why would I marry?
So did he marry you?
Would I marry this man?
Hold on. Did he?
And guess
For
what?
the same reason
And
you keep
he's
having
married,
kids by him.
and this same man is married now, and guess what he's doing? Cheating on his wife.
How do you know that?
He was a loser when I had him, and he's a loser as a man.
How do you know that?
We get that. The question is this though. Why did you keep having children with this man if he was such a loser? Why did you not stop at the first one?
Because I was trying to prove to him that if I keep showing him that I'm good to you, I'm doing it. And I was young. On top of that, also, you grow and you learn as you grow. I was a young woman,
excited. We
and
just
I
trying
was
to figure out
in
why.
love with the man that I was with. I was with him for a long. We was together for a long time.
Listen, I'm not trying to get you
question me
upset.
about why I did
We're just trying to figure out why you are where you are.
That's life.
Right. We just try to figure out because none of us
I
are
said
in
what
your
I
case.
said.
Okay.
Right. So listen, none of us know why people like you end up where you are because we are not there. So we were just trying to figure out why women
I told
keep having children with men they
I said
supposedly
it.
don't like.
I told you why.
You
You
want to
do
know?
it. You do a lot of things that you shouldn't do when you're in love with somebody. Love blinds a lot of things that you should see and that you should do that you don't do, and that's just life.
Yeah, love is a
Right
beautiful.
then.
Yeah, everybody make mistakes, but love is a beautiful thing. But love is not stupid. You made the mistake, learn from the mistake, and
So
you move on. Okay, that's just the way it is. But if you let me tell you something. But if you had told that guy, "I'm not sleeping with you," if you're not married, he would have walked away a long time ago. He wouldn't have put you through all this stress. I'm telling you. He would have walked away. His true color was going to come out.
I
Every
wanted to
woman
be
out there
married to
listening,
him. That,
if a
that's
man
the whole
is,
thing.
hold on, if a man,
I wanted to marry him.
I know,
But there
but
was no
does
way
he?
that I could marry him with the consistent bad character that he showed. And I tried to
Absolutely.
give it time because sometimes people need time to change, and some people do change with time. Unfortunately, that was not my case.
Okay, this is
He
what
was
I'm.
shitty from the beginning, and he was shitty to the end.
Absolutely, of
So
course.
what made him so
Unfortunately
attractive?
for me.
Okay, listen,
Right,
absolutely.
but what made him so attractive?
Absolutely.
We're trying to figure out why are women attracted to shady men? That's what we're trying to understand.
Because
It's
I
not.
don't
What,
think
what do you
some of
mean?
you men, I don't think some of you men understand things from a woman's perspective.
Yeah,
right?
because like
I
these
don't.
dumbass questions right here that I'm like, this
I
is
don't
like
understand
pissing me
why
off.
you be
Hold
having
on,
That's a
children
Alpha.
with a
dumb
shady
question.
person. That's something I don't
Let me
understand.
answer your question, Alpha. As I was trying to say, I don't think that some of you men understand things from a woman's perspective. Sometimes you can fall in love with someone, and you can fall in love with the ideal of giving that person who you love a child. And sometimes, not all the times, as she said, things happen because SMEX is going on. I'm willing to bet, not in her story, not in your story, November, but in some stories, I think some babies may not have been planned, but they were accepted as they came. So I think we have to stop trying to bring forth the future as if we know what's entailed because you love somebody. Who's to say that within the 5 years, now this is bringing it back to her, to you, who's to say within that 5 years the plan wasn't to be married? And then she found out the things that she found out, where the children were there. Everybody ain't sitting up here saying, I'm only gonna have a baby because you married me. That's just not how life works. Sometimes
So, what
it
is the
does work
point
that
you're
way.
trying to make, Claudette? Where are you driving at?
I made it. The details is in everything that I said. You just had to pay attention.
What the fuck? What is
Okay, let me respond to you, Claudette. Okay.
The details
Hold
was
on,
in
hold
the
on.
message.
Yes, we know everybody make mistakes, but the thing is that we don't want women to keep
I
going
don't
on.
think her
Hold on, let
children
me
was no
finish.
mistake, though.
I will drop your ass if you don't let me talk. Okay? The mistake that she made, I didn't say that children was a mistake. Don't put words in my mouth. Okay? Every child is a blessing regardless of how they came. But the mistake that she made was that she didn't vet this guy well enough to at least do the right thing before they start having children. There are 100 contraceptives out there. Okay, there's no need to have a baby with a shitty man that's not even going to take responsibility. You would have protected yourself or tell him if we don't get married, we need to be married before we start having children. Simple. Then you wouldn't have to go through all those stress and have a baby for a guy that is so shitty, disrespectful, that's a cheater. That's what we're trying to tell every woman out there. If it's really what he said he is, he would have committed to you or he would have just run away. You wouldn't have to go through the stress of having babies with this man. But regardless, those babies are blessings. They can be the next president tomorrow or the next governor. Every child is a blessing regardless of how they came. But kids do better in two parents' household. We keep telling women, stop having babies with shitty men that you're going to resent. Because when you look at your children and one of them look like the father and you don't like the father, sometimes these mothers inflict injury and hatred towards the children because of the father. I've seen it multiple times. So don't have babies with men that are shitty, cheaters, and stupid. So that you won't regret it at the end of the day. But regardless, the babies are still blessing. That is what we are saying.
Why do y'all
Jesus
act
Christ.
like people don't hide who they truly are.
Yes, they
That
do.
people always put forward their true intentions and how they are. Why do y'all act like that?
Okay, now
that
let me
people don't
let
face
me
who
let
they
me
are.
let me
And some
tell you
people
people.
will ride
Yes,
that
yes.
shit out to the end.
Hold on,
We're
hold on,
talking
let me.
about somebody getting vet.
Okay, November. Listen, let me say this to you. Hold on, hold on. I can hide. I'm a man, okay. But when it comes to married, I ain't hiding no fucking shit. I will leave your ass. Most men.
Well, that's
hold
you.
on, no, no, hold
You're
on.
not every man.
Hold on, hold
OD.
on. I'm talking about most men will not even go close to even meet your father or marry you. Most men will not do that. They wouldn't take that chances. Or even invest, thinking about buying a house or buying a car to start a family with you. But most guys would not even, they would just leave you if you talk about marriage. But if they can get a baby out of
Then
you,
you can't say that
no,
because
if
you
they can
cannot
get a
speak for
baby out of
every
you,
man, especially American men. Because
really?
you, as an African man, and these Black American men are completely different.
How are they different?
Let's be
Your
real. How are they
standards
different?
How are they
and
different?
the
Black
way that
American men
your
different.
upbringing, y'all are not the same type of men.
So tell me the
So
difference.
you can't say what a
Tell me
black
the
woman
difference.
won't do because you don't represent all men, OD.
Okay, now tell me the
You're trying to say
difference.
Black American men are liars, then? That's what you're saying.
What?
You're trying to say Black American men lie because you said they're different, right?
They do. They lie. They ain't shit.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just gonna say this. Whenever
Oh,
there
dude,
is a
is
man
this
that
guy
comes
on
to the
YouTube?
panel, hold on, listen. Whenever there is a man that comes to the panel and he starts throwing bullshit about the resolutions, I always cut him out. I expect the woman to do the same.
OD, is this going on YouTube?
Yes.
Because you're streaming, right?
Yes,
Where's this going on? What platform is it going on?
I'm on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram live on all.
Ain't nobody watching your YouTube. I went to check your YouTube
Okay,
channel.
go.
You got zero
No.
viewers
I
over
just
there.
started the live. Go on Twitch. Go on Twitch. Hold on. I just started the live on YouTube like 2 days ago. Of course, that I'm on Twitch. Go check out on Twitch. I'm going to give you my Twitch handle. That comes to the comment on Twitch and on Facebook. YouTube. I just started YouTube. Do you have Twitch?
I better not become famous. Dude.
Go follow me on Twitch, please.
You don't know the damage you could do. How do you know I want to be famous? How do you know I don't have like something hiding that I don't want nobody to know?
Okay, let me show you guys something right now. Let me show you guys something. Okay, you want to answer the prompt? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Alpha and myself mentioned early. Okay, this OD, can you mute because it's really giving a strong echo. So as Alpha and myself said earlier, right, about the rhetoric that's pushed, which is stopping marriage here in America. It is this type of prompt, right? Because when we say, why do men reject American women and they leave their home to go find women other place, the rhetoric within that prompt is, it's because American women are not something. So right there, him and I's point is proven within the prompt. Because if I say anything else other than downing an American woman, right, I'll be said that, oh no, you're wrong, that's not why, it's because the woman, and then we will hear every man who thinks American women ain't shit come up here and speak it. And then if there's young men listening to that, then after that conversation of them hearing all of the horrible things that's going to be said about American women, then here y'all turn around and say, why ain't y'all married? So it's like
you're not American, you're African. I'm very confused.
Hold on.
You want an African woman?
Saga 300, can you please stop interrupting me? Don't start it.
Just saying, just tell the truth. Don't too much.
Say it after I'm done. Okay? Thanks. So when I hear these type of things, it kind of makes me think that there is an attack on American women. And I think even like how the interruption just came about, he don't want me to American women because he knows that I'm African, right? So he would rather me get up here and say all these bad things about American women just because I'm African. Well, I can't do that because excuse you, sir. But I myself personally can't
Don't
do
assume
that.
that.
But to the
Bro,
point
come
of
on.
the conversation, but to the point, to the prompt, I believe it's because some men have been brainwashed to think that their own women aren't any good. And that's why they are leaving. And the more podcasts like the ones that we know exist speak over Black American women that way, the more men will begin to believe that Black American women are not worthy of marriage.
But ma'am, you're African though. You're an African immigrant. How can you say Black
I
American
don't
women
give
when
a fuck
you're
about
from
none of
an
that.
African
I'm not
country?
here to
You're from
divide.
the
That's
continent
the
of
whole
Africa. You're not from the continent
but
of America. Well, I
listen,
Yo,
don't get
Sarge,
it. Well, how can you be
Hold on,
triggered?
hold on. Sarge, let me have this conversation with you, my guy. Because
Alpha,
what she's saying is something that I
what he
said before.
wants me to do, Alpha, what he wants me to do is
No,
bash
that's a lie.
America
Right.
That's a
and
lie.
in the way
That's a
that he
lie.
I
does.
know.
You're
I
lying.
know.
Why are
Saga,
you
let me
lying?
tell you
Oh
this,
my
Saga.
god.
Because I live in America. I
And
know
I
this
live in
woman. I know how these women behave. I know how they carry themselves. So if you tell me that there is no good woman living in America, I'm gonna tell you that the good women in America hide from you for a reason. I would also tell you that most of the good women that I know are already married. They already have a family. They're happy with their husbands. They've been married for a long time.
Look at somebody.
So you keep having this idea that if you keep getting, oh my God,
Somebody said on Twitch that this woman talking right now is so annoying. Her voice is.
That's probably some man.
What kind of
but let me finish this.
That's
Let
probably
me say
some
this.
man who
If
believes
you
like you do. And it's
listen,
okay.
the women that you attract are a reflection of you. If you're attracting shady women, you need to look at yourself in the mirror very, very, very careful. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you live in America. It doesn't matter if you live anywhere in the world. You are who you attract. And I will tell you, stop blaming the woman. Because what you're doing is you're creating this fear in these young men who don't know any better. And they
Kabuli,
are
shut
scared of
up.
marriage.
Shut
Now,
up
they
your
think
mouth,
that
Kabuli. You
any
don't know
woman
what you're
they
talking
marry
about.
is gonna put them in a sexless marriage, is gonna take everything that they own, and is gonna take their kids away. That's what you guys are teaching these kids. That's what these kids nowadays don't want to get married. When you ask them why would you want to get married, like yesterday there was a kid over here screaming and crashing out because he said there are no good women anymore in this world. And he sounds like he was in his early 20s.
And so what if he say that? What are you talking about?
So are you talking about passport, bro?
I can
It sounds like
only
you're talking about
imagine how
something.
traumatized this kid must be.
Are you talking about passport, bro? Charles, whatever his name is.
No,
So
no,
are you
no. I was
talking?
talking. No, no. It was yesterday. It was some.
Oh.
He wasn't even involved. It was some kid who I was giving you guys the same rhetoric. I'm telling you like once you pass a certain age, you don't have the option of you don't have the option of having a 20-year-old virgin and all that crap. People crash out, and he came in. He said, "You speaking like a scene, blah blah this, blah blah that. There are no good women anymore. All these women are 3 or 4s since they're 16 and things like that." So I can only imagine like. I'm sorry,
who say that? Carbone, who
you're
say
young, but you're already traumatized.
Who say that?
You're really traumatized now.
Carbone, shut up, okay? We don't need. It's not about what we say. It's about what is happening out there. Okay, there was a guy that came up here and talked about a white American man came up here. He talked about how his wife divorced him, and his son came up to him and said, "Mom, Dad, if this is how mom divorced you, I'm scared of marriage. Mom took everything away from me." 15-year-old boy. That was what he was discussing with his father. If this is how mom's going to treat you,
But this is what you all say too. You all say that on these panels.
What did we say? What?
You guys are scared of marriage. All of you guys. The red pill movement.
Nobody. Listen.
Thank you so much, Alpha.
Nobody. Hold on. Nobody is scared of marriage. I've told men don't be paranoid. Nobody's scared of marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Okay?
I am.
No, why are you scared? Why are you paranoid? Why are you scared of marriage? What? Why?
I'm scared of everything: relationships, sex, love, marriage.
Because the reason why you're scared because you know yourself. You know that you will never give a man peace. You need to go work on yourself. Exactly. That is why you're scared.
That won't go down well. He was LGBTQ.
You know who's not scared of marriage? The kids in my community. The kids in my community, they're not scared of marriage.
most of the guys that I tell you that work for me, I don't have all of them are married. They're like I got 4 guys that are younger than 25. They're all married. I have one not with me, but there's another guy of my that's the same thing. He has this guy.
My wife is even
He's
on
in his early 30s.
My wife
He's
is
got 2 families. Not only does he have a family over here that he's taking care of, he's got a family in Mexico that he's taking care of. Meanwhile, you guys are scared of taking care of just one.
My wife is on the comment.
Jesus
okay?
Christ.
Wait, Matt. Oh, listen, Matt. Odie, why am I scared?
My wife is on the comment. Okay, Magical, how you doing, baby? You know.
The comments are turned off.
Sarge 300. So Sarge 300. Why do you keep mentioning that I am a South African woman when you
I
hear
never
me
said
speak?
South African. I said you're from the continent of Africa. You said you're from Nigeria last time, right?
No, I never said that.
Yeah, you did. You said you're
Yes, you
Nigerian.
did.
Who was it?
Well,
You or Sarah?
Now you all watch
I'm
how
Nigerian.
OD.
So,
Hold on,
Flora, where are you from then?
Hold on, 300. Now, see, OD, this is why I say you be two-faced as fuck. You sitting up here seeing this man put things in my mouth, and you as the host is not saying Claudette's never said it. You're sitting there.
What did you say? What did he say? I don't know. What did he
When
say?
Claudette has ever said she's Nigerian?
Claudette is not Nigerian. Okay, Sari says she's Nigerian, not Claudette Saga. It was Sari. Claudette is from Lesotho.
No. Hold on.
Unfortunately, I'm from all these bastard tribes.
Hold on, right? Because when they were both saying Nigerian, Claudia was agreeing with us. So I was thinking Claudia is one of those. So Claudia, are you African or are you just that Black American, Black Native American? Like, what are you?
I've already said who I am, and if you missed the memo, then it ain't none of your fucking business. But I
So
do
you're South
want to right here. But I do want to ask you this question: why is it that you knowing that I am an African woman, right? Why is it that when you hear me speak in celebratory ways towards American women, you want to remind me that I'm an African? What are you suggesting by doing that?
Because a group of people won't really take Africans seriously because you know I've lived in different experiences. You've got culture and tribes, and Americans have what they have. So that's why I say that because we grew up in
Saga,
culture
I
and
think you
stuff.
have no idea what you're talking about. I'm from South Africa, and I think you have no idea what you're talking about with regards to the
How
subject
do you know
that
what
you
I'm
just
talking
mentioned.
about? How do you know what I'm talking about?
You answered the question.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, now I'm gonna.
Hold on, sir. Saga 300, you totally didn't answer my question.
How did I answer your question?
Okay, I'm going to ask you the question again. Why is it that when you hear me celebrate American women, you remind me that I am African? Why do you need to remind me of that?
Because a lot of Africans, right, who come from America feel like they're one of them and you're not. Like, you always tend to forget where you're from. So I thought you and Sarah have the same exact voice. That's why I thought you two are Nigerian. I'm like, oh, it makes sense, you're both Nigerian. Or you said South Africa, I'm not sure which one, but remember you said one of the countries, part of the 54 continents, right?
A long time. Well,
That's
now
you said you're from, right?
ask me who I am. Because you asked me who I am, now I'm going to tell you. I am of Nigerian descent who was raised in
So why did you lie then?
What?
So why did you lie then?
Where were you raised?
So she lied.
What?
So she just lied then.
He's interrupting me because he wants to sound bite my words.
So she lied. You lied, man.
Listen, Levi, Level, can you tell him to shut up so I can say everything that people are probably wondering?
Just let her, guys, I'm not going to tell him to shut up, but I'm going to just let her land her plane.
Yeah, but bro, she lied to me though. I asked her she's Nigerian. She said
Just
no,
let her
she didn't.
speak,
She's
bro.
Nigerian.
Saga, let her speak. She can lie. Just let her speak. Let her speak.
Saga versus the common hat.
And see, that's what they do. They soundbite things to create a false narrative of you.
Ma'am, just explain.
OD, hold on. Now, OD, have always told you I am of Nigerian descent. I was born in Lesotho, and my parents brought me here at 9. Isn't that what you know of me?
So you were raised in the United States.
I'm talking to OD. Hold on. I'm talking to OD.
Okay, I don't know about. This is the first time I'm hearing about Nigeria, but I know you're from Lesotho. That is what.
No, it's not, because now I'm gonna bring you back to it. When you first found out, when we were talking about the mistreatment that we have, coming over here when I told you about 9 years old, when Big Fish was trying to invalidate me because I didn't have an accent, I said, until my mother and my father showed up, that's when people understood who I am. And you said, oh God, you mean Claudette's Nigerian? You remember that conversation?
So why did you lie then when I asked you?
Wait a minute. Do you remember that conversation now, OD? Thank you. So now, I never said that I wasn't. Other people were speaking for me, darling. You said that I am a Nigerian woman, and I was trying to say, no, I was born in Lesotho. People cut you off, and unfortunately, you all like to soundbite things that you hear. But I never said, no, I'm not Nigerian. You never heard me say that.
So you confirmed my research, then you are Nigerian. Thank you very much. You confirmed my research.
My bloodline is yes.
So thank you very much. You proved my point. Thank you.
No, she didn't prove your point. She didn't prove your point.
No.
Now my question.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
So now my question to you, Sarg, is what is your point by saying that I am a Nigerian woman? Are you suggesting that because I am a Nigerian woman from Lesotho, that I am not supposed to speak greatness towards American women? Is that what you're suggesting by saying that?
No, what I'm saying is you can't react to certain things because you come from a culture and tribe of where your family's from. So you're always gonna follow your culture and tribe. You're not gonna behave like how these modern day Black Americans behave because you're completely different. You come from a completely different household and you grew up in a completely different environment.
Listen, that wouldn't be true if I told you that I wasn't born in.
Man, you said it already, so I know it. It doesn't matter.
I just want to make this point to you, bro.
You told me.
That's fine, Miss Claudette, because you guys got lost in the point that Miss Claudette was trying to make.
Sarge, you don't like to let people, you don't want to hear a full sentence and you respond to half of what you hear.
He does.
Perhaps.
You told me already.
Yeah.
So perhaps maybe if you let a person tell you everything they need to say, you would be able to respond properly.
I've already responded because you grew up, you said you was born in Lesotho and you grew up in Nigeria.
The point that Ms. Claudette was trying to make is this.
That I was raised in America, that would mean that I would take more of the ideology of an American woman. Correct? Oh, he's no longer here.
But he's still in the but the point.
Had I been raised in Nigeria and then came here later on in life.
Mods, why'd you keep dropping me? I don't get it. Like, why'd you keep dropping me?
Because you're being disrespectful. You don't know how to have a conversation. That's why.
Yes, you are being disrespectful, Saga.
You don't let people finish their sentence. That's why you're being dropped.
And when you do it, and when you do it, you don't get dropped as well. When you disrespect people and other people, you don't get dropped. That's what you do. So I think double standards then.
Galaxies, yes, that happens to me as well.
Double standards then. So why am I getting dropped when you don't do it as well?
He does.
Okay, that's enough. Now, Saga, mute your mic. Let her finish.
And you do that,
then you can
too.
respond.
So don't act like you're
the more they're going to keep dropping you, mute your mic one at a time. Let somebody finish, then you talk.
Let me say this. Okay, so the point that Ms. Claudette was trying to make from the beginning was this. Men are scaring boys into not getting married. And Sarge said, no, I don't. But then he said, something, this African American woman. Like he has a very negative way of thinking about American women.
That's the lie. That's not true.
Oh, my bad then. Then tell us, what are your thoughts on American women?
What I'm saying is, women, African immigrants who come from the 54
Oh, that's not what I asked.
Right?
Okay,
no,
never mind. I
okay, ask. No.
I will take my time because you're not going to answer the question.
No. I have answered your question. I'm about to ask you a question.
No, you didn't. I asked you to give me your thoughts on American woman, and you go and then you're trying to describe African woman. We're not talking about African woman. We're talking about American woman.